Hey,
Hey, welcome to the Play Myself show. My name is Myles,
my name is Mo.
and we happy to be here with y'all, man. Mo, how was your week?
Yo, I'm fucking tired, bro.
What you mean?
I'm just tired. I just had to do a lot of shit. I had to help my parents, and I'm in between jobs right now,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking about leaving. So it's like, do I leave? Do I stay? So it's just been a tiring week. Uh,
Sh-
we went to the uh, we went to the People of Video.
Conference.
Yup, yup.
Shout out to
So,
people of video.
yo, shout out to People of Video, definitely. Yo, I had a great time, and I met some great people, made some great connections. So, I'm just kind of dealing with the backlash you know, of just being tired, man. But I'm still grinding.
Hey, Mo, welcome to being a man.
Stop it, stop it,
Hey, as a man, you're gonna be
stop it,
tired, bro.
stop, bro.
You stop
Stop,
because
stop.
as a man,
You
you're gonna
asked me
be.
how my week was.
And I told you,
It's not welcome uh
welcome to manhood.
to manhood.
What do you
I've
mean?
been a fucking man. It's not. It doesn't. Just because I'm tired, don't make me. Oh, well, welcome to manhood.
Why not?
Because you just being an asshole right now.
Okay, I'm an asshole
Yeah, you are.
with an ego problem.
Yeah.
So listen,
Definitely.
guys.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge ego problem.
Stop
That's
it.
me. That's
No pun
Myles, your
intended.
host.
No
My
pun intended.
co-host Mo is here, and we were at People of Video where we met the most fantastic people. Uh, there will be. Who was the guy? The person you found the most
Yo,
illuminating?
first off, they were all great, but like Owen was definitely very inspiring.
Owen Video. So
Yeah.
Owen actually reached out to me the day after Mo said that. So thank you, Mo. And he offered me a free coaching lesson, and I'm open to coaching because the biggest room in my house is the room for improvement. And he told us the top 10 things that were wrong with our channel. At first I was embarrassed till I found out how much he charges for those sessions. So I said thank you. Um, yeah, so that was good. So look for some improvements on the channel, and we're definitely gonna make it to where it needs to be as far as for the listeners' pleasure, right? Even though you see a good show now, we're coming in good quality. It will get better, and that's all we can promise you. We got some very special guests today, and we are waiting for one of two guests to come in. So we'll save that surprise. But first, I wanted to talk heavy for those who might be on. It doesn't look like we have anyone on. And this is interesting to me because I know we draw a crowd.
Why you always talk like that?
Because
That's so weird.
I'm weird, bro.
It's a
Why can I
weird
be
thing.
weird? Why can I be
You
weird?
could be weird, bro. I'm just wondering why you talk like that. Why you like that?
Because I'm
It
trying to
sounds.
build
You
suspense.
sound.
I'm trying to build suspense.
It
So
sounds creepy.
the question I ask, no, because I kind of got a creepy question to ask. I
Wait, did
kind of
we
got a creepy
introduce?
question, huh?
Did we introduce
Did we introduce who?
Justin?
No, we didn't yet. Until we're waiting for both our guests to come,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and then
Don't ruin the secret.
yeah, don't ruin the secret, Mo.
Sorry,
All right, I had a mute button for Mo, but I didn't. I got rid of it
Oh, he's building suspense
because I
again.
thought he was
Watch
needing
out,
a
he's
train.
building suspense, guys.
So my question is,
My question is,
and this is not a gender question. This is just a boy question.
what the fuck?
How? That was good, Mike. How old does your son? How old can your son be before he tells you he had sex with his teacher and you okay with it?
Well, first off, I don't have a son.
If
but
you
I
had a
did-
son, use your imagination,
I'm
motherfucker.
I was gonna get to that if you let me speak. My
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But if I did have a son,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably go at 17.
17.
17 before, you know what I mean? Like, don't tell me shit like that. You're my son. Don't come to me with no shit like that if you don't expect me to say nothing.
You don't want your son to have that relationship with you, though?
Not yeah, but not with a teacher.
So if your son told you, Dad, I fucked my math teacher, and he's 16. What you doing? What are your actions, sir?
I mean, I'm gonna go and address that teacher. Definitely.
You gonna address a teacher?
Yeah.
I think if you address anybody, it should be the police. If you're gonna do
I'm gonna
something,
address the teacher.
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk to them. Ask them,
Talk to them.
yeah. I'm not gonna go to police yet. I want them to look me in the eye and say that they fucked my kid.
Yeah, but okay,
If they deny it, if they lie to me to my face, then I might go to the police.
okay. But
But what?
all right, what if they say, yeah, I'll be fucking your kid, and what?
If they're 17, more than likely they're it's hard to say cuz I don't have a kid. You know what I
At
mean? So
what
it's hard.
age would you say, damn, just a chip off the old block?
That I don't understand. I literally just answered that question. I said 17.
So at 16, you're gonna go talk to the teacher,
Yeah, bro.
and what's that gonna do, bro?
Well, I don't know. It hasn't happened yet.
I know, but like,
Hasn't
it's
happened.
not gonna do anything.
Oh, really? Because you know this?
I do.
Because you've done this before, right?
No,
So then how the hell do you know?
I
You
just
don't know nothing.
I know because if you approach a teacher about that, the only thing she gonna say is, "How you feel about it?" Or
That's not how
That's
I
not.
feel. That's
Okay.
not how I feel.
it's still not gonna be anything unless you handle it with the authorities. They just gonna be like, "Yo, fuck you."
So what?
Hey, oh, you just know and it's cool. Okay,
Stop it.
all right, bro.
You shouldn't have gave me this shit.
So what is it? It
I'm
means
gonna be fucked
nothing.
with this
No,
shit.
it means nothing. No, so you basically saying it means nothing.
It hasn't happened to me yet. It's
It will
it's a hypothetical question.
Yeah, that's what this is.
So if it's a hypothetical question, how the hell do you know what's gonna happen?
I know for a fact.
No, how? How do you know for a fact?
Okay, what is something else that could happen?
If I go and talk to the teacher?
Yeah, no, yeah. If your kid banged the teacher, and your kid is 16, and you approach the teacher, and she was like, "Nah, your kid's lying."
I'm going to the police.
Okay, so what if she goes, "Yeah, we're in love." Exactly.
Going to the police.
Exactly. So like, why don't you skip the middleman? Because then she could just say,
I want them to say
"Ah, you raped me."
what?
She can say anything after that shit. She can have something on you after that.
Yo, you're making
Just saying.
you're making so much sense right now. I don't know. Now I see the light.
Yeah, go to the
I see the
authority.
light.
Hit that. All right. So
What would you do?
I would. So first, I would answer my first question, which is, what would I do? Like, at what age? Because that was the actual question, right? At what age, like, would I feel comfortable with it? And to me, it's like it's a struggle between 15 and 16. Because if my son is 16, I know what I was doing at 16, and he was like, "Dad, I'll tell you something.
Oh, you building that suspense, huh?
Fuck my teacher." I'm like, yes. She's a predator, but still, hey, you got that. And then I just let him rock. But now his mom's not gonna happen with. So, and what I tell his moms, probably. But that's where you get the conundrum. Mo.
The conundrum is now you're saying it's okay for your 15 or 16-year-old daughter to do the same thing. That's the conundrum.
Nah.
Wait. So it depends on gender now?
For me, yes.
Oh.
I mean, Justin, yo, you could bring Justin in audio because he's Justin Love Smith is on here. We was waiting for Cedric Ball, but I know Justin look like he's dying to say something. So let's get Justin in here and see what he's talking about.
All right.
Let's go. I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah.
It's all good though.
What's up, people?
Yo, yeah, there he goes. Yeah, what's good, Just?
Not much, chilling.
So, Justin, we got the same question for you, brother. Same question.
Same question. So, my son, how old is the son?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how old would it be? What? How old would he have to be for you to just be like, yeah, all right.
For me, he got to be 21, 21 in college. I'll be cool with that.
21? Oh,
Yeah,
Justin,
because you're a
you
grown
need
man.
me in
At that
training.
point, you make your own decisions.
Okay. So if your son is 17, so okay, so keep it a buck. If you were 17, you were 17, and you smashed one of your teachers, and you told your parent, is this nothing?
We're not talking about him now.
No, I'm saying like no. We're
Why you
talking
bring it
about
to him?
him
I wouldn't
as a
say nothing if I was me. I'd keep it going. That was
exactly.
me.
Exactly. But all right, so
Yeah,
but if
word.
you told one of your parents and they told your and they went to the police or something like that, what does it mean?
I'm going to be mad.
Yeah. So you just like you said, you just keep it with you. That's how I feel.
Now, every time when they have sex, I'm going to bust in the door. Nope. I'm going to call police on them.
Yeah, of course it's different with it's different with females. Like if I have a daughter or something, of course it's different because I feel like we're more protective as a people, as a human race, on daughters. Even though I totally don't agree with it, but that's how we're conditioned to be. Honestly, that's how I feel.
And okay, bro.
See, it's funny that you said, what happened if it was your daughter? And then Mo said, well, gender plays a part. Now, when I start to think that way, I'm like, oof, man, I don't know how I would handle that. I'll probably turn into another person if I if I
Yeah,
found
that's
out.
what I'm saying. You gotta go to school with the you know what I mean? The lunch.
I, it's not right to like you got to have a fair assessment, boy and girl. You got to treat them all the same. But then
Mhm.
when it comes to males, you tend to relax more because that's the perception of like that manlyhood. But then when you get to females, you want to try to keep them as innocent as possible until they get a certain age where they can make their own decisions. But
Right, right.
I would feel like me being a police officer, seeing how guys take advantage of like young girls,
Mm-hmm.
like I would start going back to some of the thoughts that when I go to a call and I see certain situations that I gotta step in certain situations, I see that like I'm gonna go back to always that, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna go crazy
Yo,
probably at that point.
yo, Miles, would you go medieval on him if it was your daughter?
100%, bro. I don't know how. Like, I just had a niece, Luna, my baby girl, my new baby girl. It's different, bro. Like, to me, I don't. When it comes to boys, I know boys are gonna try to do all like the crazy, sneaky shit, but I know girls are like that also.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like consequences, I'm like, yo,
I
he took a shot.
I think because you were that boy that was
100%.
like that. So
Yeah, I'm a wolf.
yeah, I would, and that's the thing is that I was never like that. I was always into basketball, and I never thought about. I mean, I had a girlfriend in high school, but
Mm.
bro, I really wasn't thinking like that.
I had a girlfriend in second grade.
Is that suspenseful?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yo, you know,
Wow. Wow.
yo, you could,
had a
yo,
girlfriend in second grade.
you could pull him up just pull him up from the thing
Seven?
and pull him up and put him in a studio chat. No, pull him up from overlays and just reshape it so we can see him in there. No, not that. The camera, guess one. Yeah, guess one. Just pull him up. Yeah, pull and drag. Yep, and just pull him up to the studio. Yeah, and then just reshape him. He should be there somewhere. I don't know. Or just add him, whatever. It's just so we don't have to do that shit. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I would put them or to add camera. See, this is on the bottom is a camera. Yeah, the bottom. Yep. And then add guess, and then change. Like no, go to that. Go to it, and then go to the yep, and then put it as guess.
Gotcha.
Guess one. Perfect. Yeah, we just put them in there. Just put them lower to where like the fucked up shit is on like down here in front of the flowers that I tried to do. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, I think it is an interesting topic because I think, at least for me, I think different if it's a boy or a girl. And someone brought up earlier that, what if it was a male on male teacher, right?
He on his own.
Then nah, yeah, nah. Then I'm gonna go, yeah. See, it's crazy because damn, now I'm different. But what does that make me?
It makes you. It makes you. Just
A phobic? Nah, I don't think that. I just think that. Go ahead. What you gonna say, Justin?
It just make you just a
Concerned
male
about?
who likes females instead of the opposite way.
Yeah, but I
I
think
wouldn't
that
judge him.
I wouldn't judge him either. But like, if my son is 15, he's like, "Yo, dad, you know, Miss Holmes, I took that." You know what I mean?
Or Mr. Peterson.
But if he said Mr. Peterson took this, then I'm different. I gotta go talk to Mr. Peterson.
I couldn't even. Hey man, I've seen some stuff like that too, but
Yeah,
I'll probably again I'll probably want if you're 15 like you said I'll probably want to put my hands on. I ain't gonna lie.
exactly. But if it's that's what I'm saying. So, but if it's a lady teacher, you gotta understand like teachers is 24, 25. Your kid is 16. To me, that's like he got lucky. But to somebody else, because we condition, it's like, oh, she's a pedophile. I don't look at it like that. That's just me. Play myself show.
I have Brooke put her hands on him. That's how I do it. So Brooke will give him those hands, man. like you fuck my son.
Country girl style.
Yeah. I don't see the shit like that. But I guess.
Some
Won't work.
savage shit.
Yeah.
It's savage, man, to you though. But I think that, that's how I would look at it if it was me. But again, how
I would. Man, it's hard because if it was a dude, I'd be wanting to put hands on him. But I know for me, if it was like, y'all hearing that in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Hold on,
Mike, what's
I'm
that?
sorry. Play myself.
It sounds like
What's
a
up?
train.
Now Mike can mute you though. Oh. Yeah, it sound like a Las Vegas tornado or something. But so
Just turn it off.
oh, was that the AC?
See?
That's an AC.
That's
What'd
an
you
AC?
say?
That's an AC?
Yeah, she turned it on. She was getting hot in Vegas.
Yeah, I know that shit hot out there.
She like,
But hey
"Daddy,
man,
it's hot."
what you like about Vegas the most?
Ooh. I like everything about Vegas. You can go out, party, have fun,
Mm-hmm.
um, come back to the house, chill. Just bought a new house, so we sitting up here and just chilling all the time. Invite friends over. Warm weather all the time. Even in the winter time, it's warm.
You like it better than Cali?
I like the pool parties though.
Now,
Hold on, my fault, Mo. Because Justin, I went to Vegas for my bachelor party, and Justin did welcome us with love. So I appreciate you for that, brother. Salute, because you definitely.
Yeah, anytime you come out, man, I'm gonna always show you love. You too, Mo. Come out here and get some of this Vegas life. I'll show you what it's about.
now you said that you a police officer, and so what was the now what happened to Vegas usually stays in Vegas. Now, what was the craziest thing that you ever had to get called out for?
The craziest.
Yeah, just the most outrageous, like, shit, I wish I wasn't here. Like, this is just some bullish. Like, what is the craziest thing that you ever had to deal with?
I would probably say going out to a call where uh so they was into something. I was down the street and I remember leaving 7-Eleven, and then they called me on the radio. They was like, "Hey, come down here. We need your help." I'm like, "What for?" Like, it's two of y'all already. And then it was just a simple domestic,
Okay.
argument, and I'm hearing it on the radio. I'm like, "Oh, they're good. Like, I can keep rolling around." And then they were like, "Oh, we need your help because we're doing a report and we're gonna arrest the person and
Mhm.
stuff like that." And I was like, they was like, "Can you take him to the jail though for us because we got to go back to the station?" I'm like,
Wow.
"All right, I'll be there." So I roll up, and then they
Hold
were
on.
like,
Sorry, my
"Hey,
fault, Just. My sister said that Justin sounds an echo.
that's what my wife just said too."
Yeah. It's an echo in his sound. So they said they hear him twice. It's messing us up. Um, hmm. I don't know how we. Maybe try to mute him real quick. Mute the interview mode, and then see what happens. Oh, Mike got it. He's a genius.
Suspense.
She said. She
Still
said
suspenseful.
Sarah said you gotta turn that shit down.
He's still suspenseful.
Yo, is there a chat happening that we're not seeing?
Oh wow.
Am I
Yeah.
still echoing?
Yeah.
We can't see the chat.
So let me see. Let me turn the chat. Let me turn the
Let me turn this.
No, that's the interview chat. Close that
Mm-hmm.
and then go to overlays up top. Left. No, left. All the way down. Yep.
The
And then
other
go
left.
to
We still got to get back to Justin.
chat window. My fault, Justin. No,
The
not
military
overlays.
left.
It might be output or shit. It's something that says chat window. Justin, talk.
Yep, I'm talking right now.
No,
Is it still echoing?
right there. Down.
Interview chat,
No, it's a regular chat.
comments and reactions.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So hold on.
Oh, James said it's better.
It's better. Is it better?
Yeah, James said it was better.
It's better now or better before?
He just said that it was better at 8:21. It's 8:22 right now.
All right. So go ahead, Jess. My fault.
Yeah.
So you said that you had to go out to.
Yeah, I had to go out. So I went over there and they were like, I walk up to the car. I'm like, "Y'all good?" And they was like, "Yeah, we good." And then it was like, "Yeah, they in the back." So, well, he said she's in the back. So I go up to the car. I pull out. I pull them out. And then whenever you take someone to the jail, you always got to search. You got to search the person, right? No matter who goes into the back of your vehicle, male, lady, you gotta search them. So I I pull him out, and then
Oh.
We know where this is going.
the dude's bra is like hanging halfway down, and then he had some panties on, just panties, some panties, and his thing was sticking out. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh
man.
man,
Ain't much place for
and
that
they
thing to
started
go.
No
dying
doubt.
laughing. They started dying laughing. I'm like, "Y'all serious right now?" I'm like, "Come on, man. I ain't doing this." They was like, "No, we need it. Seriously, Sarge wants to go back." So I get on the phone. I was like, "Sarge, you need him back?" He said, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Damn." So I get him out the car and I gotta search him. Man, and this dude was thinking too. And I was just like,
Wow.
man, this is crazy. So when I was searching, I'm like, I was about to take the bra off because the bra was halfway down. Like, I'm like, he's like, no, I need him for my breast. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
I was like,
Oh.
That's his choice.
what? I was like, what? I was like, all right, man. I was like, I'm gonna feel around, just make sure you don't got no like sticky knives in there or anything like that. So I had to feel like around the bra, but it was around his stomach at that time, and I helped the I shimmied him
Yeah.
up, and then I was like, you go ahead and keep the bra, that's fine. And then I was like, I said, I got a blanket though in the back of the car. I'm gonna wrap you around the blanket because you ain't riding my car like that.
Oh,
So that was the worst. That was the worst. The worst and funny one. That was pretty funny at the end of the day when after you have to deal with it, you be like,
you gotta
man,
write
that
that
was some
report
crazy
up
stuff.
too. You gotta write that report up too. Yo, listen,
Yeah.
let's go to the comments real quick. I just wanna give a shout out to everybody. So we got Brookie in the house right now. My life is in here. What's up, man? You didn't know? We met him at the conference. Yeah, we met him at the conference. We got Sarah. What's going on, Sarah? How you doing? Much love. Thank you for coming. Who else we got in here? We got Jackie Gaddis. Yeah. Jackie Gaddis is in the house. Y'all can catch his podcast Monday nights at 9.
Unless the Cowboys is playing.
Here we go. Anyways, we got James, my man James Andrews. My dad's in the house.
Whoa.
My dad's in the house.
Your daddy.
Yeah, stop.
What? I call my. You don't call your dad daddy?
No.
I call my dad daddy.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
And
that's
why are
your
you
daddy.
saying it like I don't? We already had a discussion about this.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
my
no,
dad daddy, son.
Yeah, be sorry. Yeah, damn.
Your dad. Sorry, your dad.
He's my dad.
Your dad.
He's my dad.
Right. My daddy not in the house.
Hey, daddy.
Yeah, I call my dad daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you do.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yo, Jess, what your babies call you?
Daddy,
how old are they?
10 and 9.
Okay.
Hold on. What you
Gotcha.
expect them to call you for the next until you stop giving them money? Daddy.
I ain't never gonna stop giving money.
Exactly.
We
So they
already know
better
that.
keep calling you daddy till you do it.
No, dad. They call me, yeah, daddy, dad.
I call my dad daddy, man. That's just me. Sorry. Go ahead.
Daddy.
Keep talking, bro.
Him setting in the house. I want to ask my basketball.
Nah, you can ask. Yeah, but said I don't know, like, cause my man. See, I got a business partner who's my mom's fiance. He wants to call in, and he's like, it's not like a basketball thing, cause he only talk money, and like it's gonna throw it off. So I told him that we hit him another time.
Yeah.
But we could talk basketball, man, without said. But said,
I'll bring it back if said come back.
yeah, we bring it back with said come in. We got
So,
time.
So, first question. All right. What are your thoughts on zone defense in the NBA?
It's real basketball.
Yeah, bro. You don't know basketball like that.
Okay, Mo.
I think it masks zone defense is just a mask to people who are on your team who can't really play man-to-man basketball. Like who don't have fast feet, who are not good individually, defensively. That's why I believe the NBA has zone defenses. But like you see in the beginning when Steph Curry started, you saw them play kind of zone. But you still could play a man-to-man and be in some type of a zone though. But I mean,
Yeah, it's like a
they
match
do
and
it better
man.
than
It's
most
a
because they're
match and
professionals.
zone.
But
Yeah, it's a match and zone defense. I love the fact that they implement zone defense. There's a lot of people that hate it, but I love zone defense because it's just another way that you have to strategize to win a game. So if your team, it may show that your team can't play zone defense, but if you can't beat a zone, you're not cheating.
Who you think run the best zone defense?
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to say
San
it's a
Antonio
college.
Spurs. Oh, college?
I'm gonna say it's a college team, but you could say the San Antonio Spurs just for context.
Oh, Jim Boeheim.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody does it better than the Orange.
Jim Boeheim.
Not West
That man,
Virginia?
look at you already know what he's running, and you still can't defeat it.
Virginia runs a man most of the time.
No, West Virginia. I call them Press Virginia.
Okay.
I think I'm
Hey,
gonna
West
have to agree
Virginia
with
tough.
Miles.
I'm a better man.
I'm gonna have to agree with Miles. I think that the San Antonio Spurs definitely play the best zone defense.
Nah, Justin said that.
Oh, Justin?
I would say, yeah, he said that. I would think that for the NBA, I haven't watched the NBA in so long. I would think that I would think that when it comes to defensive coaches, I look at Thibodeau, right? But
The worst coach ever, bro.
nah, he's not the worst coach
Yes, he
ever.
is.
But the thing is, when it comes to condition, he run his plays into the ground
Yeah.
too early. But that could still be a conditioning thing.
N-
Because if listen, can I talk? All right, no, go ahead. You
No,
finish.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So when it comes to and I'm not a basketball dude like that.
I know.
So when it comes to how he plays those guys as opposed to like a Popovich, he's not strategic in that. But when you look at other sports like soccer, right? He's setting his guys to go out to win the ship if they have to with what he has. You see what I'm saying? Like if you don't have a Tim Duncan, if you don't have a Kawhi, you might not be able to do that, and he's never had that. So if he has those dudes that he has, he's looking at the youth, and he's like, look, if y'all want to win a chip, this how y'all gotta play and dog it out all year.
You want to know why I can't stand Tom Thibodeau? Because I was a Bulls fan,
Mm-hmm.
and the year that Derrick Rose got hurt, he did not have to have that man in the game, but he left him in the game anyways.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt,
Yeah.
and he was notorious for running his guys to the ground, and I hated it because it's like, bro, at some point you got to give your guys a rest. And Derrick Rose he's your franchise player. Why do you even have him in the fourth quarter like that?
But that's what I'm trying to say. And then Justin, you could chime in after. When you are see that franchise player stuff, all of that type of stuff, like that's an afterthought to me. Because if he's a coach, listen,
I'm sorry.
if he's a coach, if he's a coach, he's looking at it like, look, I know what it takes. Like his only job is to win a championship. That's his only job. So that franchise, like, that's the owner could be like, yo, call him, be like, yo, sit him down. But if he's getting paid to win the championship, what's that? Oh, I thought it was a tornado and shit. Like, yo, so if he's
Now that's the jets flying over my house because I live
yeah, I know.
Nellis.
Yeah. Oh, you live right there?
I live close, not right there, but I live close to it.
Okay. But if you a coach, you're like he lose his job if he don't get what he need to get done.
But
Go ahead.
like Justin, go ahead and talk, bro. Go ahead and talk, Justin.
I don't view star players. I mean, you always have your best players, but I try not to view star players because if you start viewing star players, um, they're gonna think star mentality, and star mentality is like me. So I'm gonna ignore you if you start saying me. Like you start getting to the back burner for me because it's all about team at the end of the day. And if you're not about the team and you about more about yourself, I understand you when you're trying to make your money. And when you get to the NBA, it's all about your money. I get it.
Yeah.
But you also can play it right to where you're about the team and be about your money at the same time. But I mean, I've never been in the NBA, so I can't speak and say, yeah,
Says you
it's
about to
about
come
this,
on in a
this,
minute. He
this.
just texted me.
So
But
no, go ahead.
in college, nah, it's about team. I know that.
So I'm not saying that it's not about team. What I am saying is be a smart coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have your star player, meaning the guy that's scoring the most points, the guy that is you need him to win games, bro. Like that's your guy. All right? You're not going to go ahead and play him when you're up the way that you are. You don't, especially if you have the playoffs. You're going into the postseason, so you have to make sure that you rest your guys. And Tom Thibodeau did not rest his guys, and that was the reason why Derrick Rose got hurt. And I was a avid Derrick Rose fan, and I'm like, take him out of the game. Take him out of the game. Take him out of the game. And he didn't take him out of the game, and guess what? His ass got hurt, and he was out.
That's Derrick Rose's fault. I'll tell you
You
like
never
this.
played a sport though, did you? You
Yo,
played
yeah, I
chess.
play all those sports, bro,
You
and
were
chess.
you were a
He
chess
said
player,
chess.
badminton.
Here comes Cedric right here. So here comes Cedric. But let me tell you this: it's all about the team. You cannot, even if somebody's playing the most, doing whatever the hell that you think that they're doing, they're not doing enough, bro.
How are they not doing enough if you
Because
up?
it's all about the team, Mo.
Yo, if you're up by like 20 points, why are you keeping your best player out there? If you're up by 10, why?
Because he need to do that.
Why though? If you're up, that's the time to rest your players.
You think that Derrick Rose wants to sit down?
Yeah,
No.
I would have sat his ass down.
No, exactly. So now you cracking the whip.
As a coach,
So now you cracking
as
the
a
whip.
coach, you need to do that.
He
No,
asked
you
him,
said
yo,
10 points though. 10 points in the NBA, nothing. That's like
exactly.
three times down. Steph Curry didn't hit 3 threes in your face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's when
them
you
dudes,
that's when you slow the game down.
Them dudes want to stay
That's
in,
when
bro.
you slow the game down. All right, run into your half court offense. You can slow the game down, and you can get a minute and a half, 2 minutes rest time. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't score. Everybody don't go on 10-0 runs right away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can get some rest time. Like all I'm saying is this: is he could have rested that boy.
Could have.
He
And
could
he should've,
have,
and he
but
should've.
then again, you got to know the player. Like that's like you know how me and you were on a basketball court,
Mm-hmm.
and then with 2 minutes to go, you think I wanted to come out the game? Heck no, I wanted to keep playing.
No, not so.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. But now Mo want the master to tell you, hey boy, sit down.
Bro,
You
like,
tired.
No, hold on, Myles. No, because look at it this way. When me and you played, we didn't play in 5-game series. We didn't have stuff like that. You know, if we have a 1-game series, then yeah, we gotta stay in the game. That's different. But because that's game 7 every single playoff game. You feel me? So with the NBA, you got a 5-game series, 7-game series. You know, you have to rest those guys. You have to. You know, and so you just have to rest those guys. And I think that Tom Thibodeau did a shitty job at resting his guys.
See, but when I think about rest, I think about conditioning. Like if we were at that level, we would have been way off. We would have been better conditioned. Like we would have been nonstop rocking and rolling at that. I know for you, you were conditioned when we used to play, and then but if you were in the league and then you got the best of the best trainers and condition your body, oh Mo, you would have been a killer. You up and down the court nonstop, not getting tired at all. So. Those are fresh young legs right there. But I do understand your point because at a certain time you do got to rest your guys, and I do believe that Tim Thibodeau he used his guys. He worked them way too hard before even playoffs even started. That's how I perceive it.
Right. But again, to my point, I'm like, look, it's certain players out there, and I always go to the dudes that I like the most that I feel as dogs. Like Kobe, like Gilbert Arenas. You can't tell Gilbert Arenas get out the game. He gonna be tight. Like, yo, me? I need 50. I need 50. I'm hot. That's how star players think. I think. It's like, yo, if I'm popping right now, yeah, coach, you saying that, I'll get you fired.
So
that's my thought.
So Justin, have you ever been crossed up to the point that you fell or dunked on? Any of those things?
Oh man, listen, I've been dunked on. Shoot.
He in green room.
Man, I've been dunked on by Alex Franklin. We was in practice, so this is when I got dunked on by Alex Franklin. We was in practice. A rebound had came off, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to snatch this rebound." I jumped, and I jumped with ease. I didn't really jump like that because I already knew I had the rebound. So I'm jumped, and I just feel something on my back.
Mm-hmm.
Ball leaves my hand, and boo, and I just go flying forward. I talked about Coach McCaffrey. Everybody that was in the gym stopped what they was doing and just start laughing. I didn't fall to the ground because I caught myself, but yeah, I've been dunked on hard before. And then Edwin Ublis caught me a couple of times too, sleeping. I was trying to block it, and yeah, he got. I didn't know he can get up that high.
See, listen. I'm not gonna name drop too many people, but I will name drop one. So, if you remember playing in the Capital Region, you remember SP.
I remember SP.
So, yo, SP, this dude could jump out the building, right? And he may not remember this shit, but I do. So, I used to pride myself in never getting dunked on, right? And so, I remember when he would jump, you had to move out of the way. So, I didn't even get a chance to really move out of the way. All I could do was just turn my body, right? Because as soon as I turned my body, bro, like I could have tried to block, I could have tried to hit the ball because I didn't know what he was gonna do. Bro, this dude windmilled on me. And now that I'm older, I can say, yo, I got windmilled on. But that shit happened. And then what happened was it started a trend because every game after that, because I was playing in a summer league, and this is when I said, summer league ain't for me. Yo, I got dunked on, if not every game, every other. I got dunked on, and that was at my worst because I was on my decline. Yeah, because you never really played basketball like that.
That's fact. You know,
But
I used to try to get Myles out there on the basketball court. He'd be like, "Nah, I'm
too fly
good.
for that shit.
I'm good." He'd be like, "Oh, you don't want me out there. You don't
I was
want me out there."
sponsoring tournaments, man. Yeah, nah, but just you did another time you came through for the kid, man. You came through and played in our tournament, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, that was fun, man. That
Yeah,
was
man, y'all was
fun.
out there killing it, man. Like I was like, man, I don't know how y'all had so much win, but I don't got that. But you know what I wanted to say, and Cedric about to come on right now, but I really wanted to ask you about being a teammate, man. Like, were there people on the team that you just needed that really wasn't like a part of like the actual winning strategy, but was very instrumental in the glue of the team, like galvanizing the team?
Yeah, you always have a person like that. Um, I think you're talking about people who don't really get the playing time, but behind the scenes as a teammate, they're
Right.
keeping the guys in. Yeah, you always have guys like that. I was one of those guys. Steve Priestley was one of those guys. Um, for us, even back to high school level, I mean, we had a kid who didn't really play all that much, but Matt Linsky was. Uh, I call him Bible boy because he was always reading the Bible, but um, he was our glue guy. You always have to have that. There's always that senior guy like Jared Dudley for the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't even really play, sit on the bench, talk all day long, but he galvanized the guys, and he's always being a mentor and a positive role model to the young fellas, and then always keeping the old heads at a bay.
Yeah, and I think that's important because I honestly feel like besides the head coach, besides the coaching staff, there are people that keep, I wouldn't say people in line, but just keep people where they need to be as head straight, headstrong. You know what I mean? To where it's like, look, man, this dude he might not play a lot. He might, average 2 points a game, but we need him. One thing that Marshall Plumley taught me, he was like, look, one of the reasons I stayed at Duke is because Coach K's wife. I was like, what do you mean? And he told me that like she would he said he didn't play like that, like his brothers. But what happened was she would create a highlight reel for them, so if they ever got down, like it would cheer them up, and she did that because she did that, and a lot of dudes that knew that they wasn't gonna go, even though he went to the NBA, a lot of dudes they stayed for that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. If you receive the love from the fans, um, from the coaching staff down to college level, the ADs, teachers and stuff like that, student, faculty, all of them. If you receive the love from them, then that keeps you there because at the end of the day, it's just not about basketball. You know, you
Yep.
you
Yep.
you you're making a connection. So, like for me, for instance, if I went back to Albany, I would always have a job because of a Siena alum, and me and him still talk to this day. And like he would, and I would go down to New York City, and then he would invite me, and I'll be an intern at his job, and it's a good job. Like one of the players, actually, the one of our student assistants and one of our players work for him now, and they're doing really well down in New York City. So it's the culture around basketball, and if it's a good fit for you, but some people don't even care about playing. Some people like this, I'm in a good situation, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. You know, one thing I would tell you I admire. I know Mo probably has a lot more to say, and he's just being quiet and very disciplined, military discipline.
Stop it.
But
Stop
yo,
it.
one thing I admire about you, bro, your discipline is nutty. I remember when you was studying for the police academy and you was like you had to memorize all those laws and everything.
Oh shoot, yeah.
You was in dog mode. I was like, bruh, you would call me, ask me some crazy dumb shit about the army, and then you could just recite every Nevada law. I'm just like, bruh, like where you got that work ethic from? You was like basketball.
So,
Basketball, man.
so
If I could do it on the court, I could do it anywhere.
That shit was crazy though, bro. You memorized all those laws, bro. Cause remember when I had my bachelor party, you was going through the academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I had to go to the school the next day.
Wow. That's big.
That's why I had to get up so early and go because I
That's
had to
big.
study, and I was like,
That was a
man,
crazy night, but that's
my eyes was like this, and I had to stay awake, and I'm looking left and right. I'm like, man, I can't wait for this day to be over.
wow.
so getting back to basketball.
Nah, Cedric said he want to talk about hot sauce. I'm like, yo, you just need
Nah,
to get
go
on.
ahead. So
Hot
hot sauce. So who did in your prime? Who do you feel like you played like, and who do you feel like I played like?
Ooh.
Mo, making it about
In my prime, who do I feel like I play like?
Mm.
I feel like I play like Jordan. I'm just playing.
Damn.
I don't. In my prime, I feel like I give it Eddie Jones. I give it Eddie Jones. I feel like I play like Eddie Jones.
Okay, that's a
Uh,
good one.
Yeah, that is a
That's
good
a
one.
Eddie
good one.
That's a
Jones.
good one.
If I had to say a game like, yeah, Eddie Jones, defense, offense, give you a little bit of everything, hustle. Yeah. For you, ooh, uh, my wife just told me I'm too dark. You can't even see me. Man, she got jokes. You see that? She was like, stay out the Vegas sun.
Mm.
Uh,
Mo playing like Anthony Davis.
No, no.
nah, you Mo, you tough because you really didn't have an outside jumper like that.
I didn't.
But your defense was on point, and your defense was on point, and you can drive to the rim. So if I had to say someone, I'll probably say who was a. Ooh, I gotta give me a minute for to think about that one because your game was unique. but it
Antonio
was
Davis.
needed.
Antonio Davis.
Antonio Davis.
Not Antonio Davis.
Nah, don't
Because you used to
disrespect
grab
him.
some rebounds, and you used to grab them rebounds hard, too.
Hold on, don't sleep on Antonio Davis like that when he wasn't on the Pacers. He was doing his thing, bro. He used to grab them rebounds. He used to grab them rebounds hard.
But I didn't play like him.
Sounds like Robert Parrish.
Nah. Ooh. I don't know. Probably like an Eric Snow.
Eric Snow.
Oh, he was a guard?
Eric Snow.
See,
Really?
nah, you don't like that.
Probably like an Eric Snow. Someone who come down because I won't give you Eric Snow. Eric Snow wasn't a rebounder like that. I gotta think of a guard who was a rebound. If I had to think of somebody, but without the handle, it'll probably be like a Westbrook, someone who always is energetic and always going up the floor, but without the handle, because Westbrook got some handles. You had handles, but you didn't have no handle like Westbrook.
Nah, I didn't have handle like
But
Westbrook.
your rebounding mentality, the way you run up and down the floor, energetic, always moving, yeah. But you have a better defensively. I think you were better defensively than Westbrook now. I mean, Westbrook don't play no defense.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny because like with you, I feel like you hit the nail on the head with Eddie Jones because I was actually gonna say that you have you had the Eddie Jones you had his game. You were linky like Jamal Crawford. And you had handle, but not Jamal Crawford handle. But you had enough where it made it tough to guard. It was tough to guard you. You know, I can remember one time when I was playing against you, and I didn't know how to stop you. I was trying everything because I remember you didn't play with us at the time, and you played with another team, and they stuck me on you because I was the best defensive player on my team. And I remember it was hard for me to guard you because you kept going to the middle and you would just pull up. And the thing that made it really hard to guard you was that most people would have their spots that they would pull up from. But you would just pull up from wherever. Inside, like he could pull up from 3. But once he got inside that 3-point line, he would pull up from wherever. He would do that little hesitation and just pull up from wherever. So that's why I say you're more like Jamal Crawford mixed with a little Eddie Jones. I would say I like the Westbrook, but I would say that I rebounded like Rodman.
Oh yeah, I give you rebounding like Rodman. You rebounded the ball, man. That's one thing I love playing with you because you play defense and you would rebound the ball, man. And then you be there for your man. Hey, listen, like you have more of a mid-range jump shot. You weren't a 3-point shooter, but you had more of a mid-range jump shot. And when you would hit, it would be like, okay, now you have to really guard this dude because he was hitting.
Yeah.
But your rebounding, like you used to get up there. So I remember one time you got a rebound, your hand was over the rim. This is like when I was first playing you because I had jump, and then you had like jump too, and you was up there. Your hand was over the rim. I was like, oh, this cat can't jump. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to really get up.
Who's Greg? James said I played with
Craig Forth.
Oh, Craig Forth?
Yeah. He played with Craig Forth. Yo, Craig was tall, but I remember I played against him too. And I tried to dunk on him. That shit ain't work. He's 7 foot.
I dunked on Craig.
I tried to, but he was too close to the basket. And I jumped, and he was just there. He was like a tank. So
Craig wasn't a jumper like that. He was just tall. I used to leap and grab rebounds over him.
Yeah.
But he was much needed when we played against Schenectady in that championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big boy. So this question's this question was geared toward you because Ced's not in here yet, but yeah, he's not in here yet. So if we was playing a game, right, and you had to guard me, um, how would you guard me and shut me down in my prime? And I'll answer the same for you.
Ooh. If I was guarding you, when I did guard you and when I had to play against you, I would give you space because you had a quick first step. I knew I was quick, but like all it takes is a good angle and someone who's strong. So like if you got the step on me, I couldn't out muscle you because you were stronger than me. So I would honestly give you always space. I would give you space and I would have to live with the jump shot. And then as long as I can get my hand somewhere near that ball when you shoot that jump shot, I'll be perfect. I'll live with it. Hey, you know what? Hey, you killed me that day. If you can hit your jump shots 24/7, then that's how I would play you because
Mm.
you like if you were on the 3 point line, I'm gonna give you space. I'd rather have you take that 3 point shot because you're a better mid range than a 3 point shooter, and then psychologically your team is gonna get on you if you start missing. So like I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
here, hold on.
Yeah,
Which
no,
one do
you're
you
right.
want? You want to play up and then he end up winding up beating you all the time, or would you rather play off and live by the jump shot?
Now, James just said he would guard my right side. Now, you know why that's a bad idea?
No, I wouldn't
You
do that.
you you know why that's a bad idea, James? Cuz I'm left-handed.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm a lefty, James, so that wouldn't work, brother, and I'm ambidextrous.
You used
So
to
it
do that
wouldn't.
spin move though. I
Yeah,
remember you used to
yeah.
dive and do that little spin move.
Yeah. Yup. Or do
Yeah.
that. And when the pro hop was before the Euro step, when the pro hop was in, I was doing that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I
You
had to,
you and you and Mo.
yeah, oh yeah,
Mo
wow, I
Wayne.
forgot about him.
Yep.
Wow.
He
Yeah,
coming out to Vegas too. He coming
uh-huh.
like in 2 weeks.
God. Yo,
Dan coming out here too. When y'all coming out here?
I'll be out there soon.
oof, man, when
Come
I
come catch some of this heat smoke.
Man,
I see you over there looking, Miles.
You see all this shit behind you, man. I gotta get back, man. I might have to cop a pack.
Yo, if I was guarding you, just I would probably I'd probably have to keep you out of the lane. I'd have to turn you to the baseline. And you're a good baseline driver. You know, but I know that if I can try to cut off that angle with you, then that gives me a little bit it's a little bit easier for me to guard you. Because once you get into that middle, like I was saying before, I can't I wouldn't be able to stay in front of you because all you have to do is that little hesitation. And you had a mid-range jump shot, so it made it hard for me to guard you like up front like that. So I would have to turn you to one of the sides. Didn't matter left or right because you could drive both ways, you know. But I'd have to cut off, that middle. You know, it's almost like a reverse Jordan roll. You know, I have to turn you to the baseline rather than just make you drive to the middle.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that would have worked out a little bit. You still would have got your points, but that would have worked out better for me.
Yeah, that was one of the things I remember I always used to work on with my game was perimeter jump shots. Like I would act like I'm anywhere on the court, don't matter where it is. Perimeter jump shot was just I could jump from anywhere, hit anywhere on perimeter. I didn't get to start shooting threes until I went to Siena, and uh, I remember playing me and Kenny Hasbrook, me and him, and when I tell you, uh, next time we can get him on the show, I'm gonna try to get him on the show. Is me and him we put in work nonstop, and then I remember him telling me, he was like, "Man, I want a work ethic like yours," and I said, "I want game like yours." And then so we fed off each other, and we was always in the gym just working, and that's when my 3-point shot really developed, because working with him, because he had a really good 3-point shot too.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he went off, I remember when he graduated, went off to Miami Heat
Yeah, I
camp,
remember he went to Miami.
and he came back to play in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let me tell you something. I was able to guard him in college. I was like, he'll tell you too. He'll be like, "Yo, he was one of the nonstop, never stopped moving, never gave up." And but when he came back from the Miami Heat camp, man, this Joker was pulling up from half court. He did an in and out move, and like when I tell you, he left me, and I didn't even get the chance. He left me, and by the time I even looked at him, he was like already like going up for the layup, and I was like, and we was at the 3-point line, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this cat got he got quick.
Yeah.
He got quick. So that's when I knew. I was like, I'm nowhere in his league. I'm nowhere in his league. I can't stop this dude.
Now, do you still play basketball out there?
Yeah, I play. I play in Sunday League. I be killing sometimes. Oh, the only time I really like get fully engaged, and when people be like, when people start talking like crap,
Yeah.
when people start talking shit, that
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, hold on, player, what? I'll be like, all right.
But you
It
condition
takes me
like a
about
mother.
5 good shots, and I'll be back in the mode. I tried to dunk one game, and
Yo, let me bring this back.
no, I had it too. I was up there. I was and it banged off the rim and went out. And then my wife was like, "All right, you ain't young no more. You gonna pull something."
Yeah, because your wife is nice and she knows. So let me tell you, let me bring it back to this. Interesting conversation time.
Oh, because Myles don't talk.
suspense.
Myles don't talk basketball, so that's why he's saying interesting conversation.
You're making me forget my good point, Mo. But
Myles is trash at
I
basketball.
would say that, yeah, bro, it's not a surprise, but I'm good at getting money. So listen, anyway, so what I want to say is, when it comes to, I remember me and you having a conversation that one time, and it was basically like, yo, like East Coast versus West Coast style of play. When you move to the East Coast, and you know, even though you were a collegiate athlete,
I got
What-
better.
what'd you say?
I got better.
You got better, but was it because you incorporated the game, or was it because you just like saw both and was like, oh shit, like this is like we run and gun like that. You know, the West Coast scores are normally higher than the East Coast scores because like we're more focused on defense, and I don't know if it's a regional thing. Yeah, on the East, it's more focused on defense. On the West, y'all run. The air is crazy in the West. All right.
Well, when I was growing up, when I was coming up, defense, being on the West Coast, that's where I got my defense mentality.
Mhm.
I was more of a defensive player. I was never an offensive player. Like I got my offense through rebounds, offensive rebounds, and stuff like that. But coming to the East Coast,
Mhm.
you get that flash, like a different type of swag to the game, where you were like, oh snaps, like I'll come in, D cats up and stuff like that. But then like they had a different flow to where when I started guarding them, I started swagging with them. I'm like, hold on, I don't got my balance no more. So like, I had to adjust.
Mhm.
I had to adjust to that, and I picked up on a lot of it actually. And then when I started going to the park and it started getting rough, I'm like, I had to adjust to that. And that's the stuff that made me better. But if I wouldn't have came to the East Coast, I would have never been the basketball player I was, because the East Coast made me a hell of a basketball player playing on the East Coast, because that they give you the off they give you the offensive. I guess you're right in a way because there were a lot of defensive players on the East Coast. Uh, but majority of the kids on the East Coast don't want to play no defense. They want to flash. They want to cross you up.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my defense from the West, but then I got my offense, but that strategy from the East Coast as well. That mind play, because you got to have some type of strategy in the basketball when you're guarding people. Just like Mo, when he was like, "How would I stop at this guy?" Like I didn't really think of that on the West Coast, but you started thinking about that stuff on the East Coast because. Man, people had handles. When I came, I remember I see so many people with handles. And the first time I ever been crossed was by Markel Brace. So he was a cat from Albany. Man, that dude had some handles.
Hold on, Mike. Try to put it on. Go ahead. Put it on. Try to put it on the other scene.
I remember I used to play basketball for AAU, and
Who you used to play
so
for?
what's that?
Who
Who
you
did I
used to
play
play
for?
for?
I played for the Raptors.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I used to play for the Raptors, and so I remember before I played for them, I was always just out in the street playing, and I didn't know anything about ball. Not really. I knew how to play. I knew how to shoot. Shoot the basketball, whatever. But it wasn't until I got there that I really started to learn how to play basketball. And then when I got to high school, I started playing high school basketball, and then I realized high school basketball coaches don't have shit on AAU basketball coaches. I did not care.
Most of them are AAU basketball coaches, no?
Some of them, but like the thing is that like with when it comes to high school basketball coaches, right? And this is just my experience.
Right.
When it comes to high school basketball coaches, my high school basketball coach, he played, just like high school and then played college, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when with AAU, you have so much exposure and you play against so many different teams because you can go to one tournament and play against a group of guys that play on the same high school basketball team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that same tournament, you might play against a small team, but they just play big, And there are just so many different aspects of the game that you just have to adjust to. And with high school, the guys that you're playing with half the time. But it wasn't until like we ran plays and stuff, but it wasn't until I started playing in a park like heavy one summer when I learned how to play like a ruthless dog. That was where I elevated my game because for a whole summer I played with these old cats. And you may know one of them, KP. KP would not let me dribble the ball. He said because I was younger. He's like, "No, I got the ball. I'm gonna bring it down the court."
Yeah.
And he would just run down the court, and I would just have to run with him. But that's where I learned, okay, nobody's gonna pass me the ball because I'm 14, 15 years old.
Right.
So I gotta find another way to get, for them to pick me up. And so that's when I started rebounding heavy. And so I just learned I just learned to play the game from both angles. And then when I got to high school, it was just elevated that much.
So let me ask you a question, Mo.
What's up?
Do you tend to give back to like the community? Because I know you was working with some kids sometimes at the Y and stuff like that. Do you still do that stuff?
Not as much anymore. I used to do it a lot, but with the pandemic, I really scaled back. I just got a membership at the Y not too long ago, so every once in a while I'll go there, and then whenever I'm playing in a game, I always pass my wisdom on to the youth, and so I'll give them pointers even during the game, and they're like, "You're giving me pointers during the game," and I'm like, "Listen, we all out here trying to get better." And I'm like, if you're doing something wrong, it's gonna be a on the spot correction, And I would rather it be a good game because I give you some advice during the game, and you can take that with you, than for me to wait until after the game when you can't implement it. You might forget about it later on.
Right.
So yeah, I give back when I can, but I eventually want to start like a basketball podcast.
That's what Justin doing.
Yeah, I eventually want to start a basketball podcast where I'm teaching, where I'm showing coaches from a player point of view how to break down like a defense, or how to beat that one player that's killing you, strategies and different things like that.
You know what's crazy, Justin? Because this is funny. This is like a universal moment. Because when I start listening to podcasts, right, I found Gilbert Arenas' podcast, and you're not really like a real podcast dude. So when Gilbert Arenas, he would talk about how he grew up is crazy, because I'm like, yo, Justin got ahead because it reminded me so much of him. If you start listening to Gilbert Arenas' podcast, you're not gonna be able to turn it off. This dude talked about like he was in the park at 7 years old, and he was like, "Yo, F school, I'm gonna play basketball." Then he talked about like when he went to college, they like, "You're not going to school?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna score 20 points tonight." And the coach is like, "You can't beat that." I'm gonna try to call Cedric in this shit real quick, see what he do. See if we can get him.
Mo, I'm out here. You need me to quiet?
Nah, I mean, I know you press for time. Hello? But nah, I want Cedric to get on here. Ced.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. You on the show right now. We was trying to get you on the video. We couldn't, so we just had to make it happen. You know how it go. So
that's it. I've been trying through my iPad, through my phone, the whole nine, B.
Right.
All I was hearing was about some damn hot sauce.
Right. Oh nah. So most my coach say you sound like an old timer, and Justin laughing like you sound like an old timer too. But I told him that you was a good dude.
I never said that.
I'm 53, but you would think I'm 33.
I never. Nah, don't listen to him. I never said that.
Nah, I said no. I'm silly, man. Go ahead though. But hey, Mo has some questions for you, and I know Justin might have some questions.
Most deaf.
Yeah, so we talked about a few different things, but my question to you is who was the hardest person you ever guarded?
My brothers.
Really?
Realistically speaking.
Wow.
My youngest brother, who's a year younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
If he had my body with his skills, he'd have been an all-star in the NBA. For real. That's no joke. That's no question. He was 6 in high school as a freshman. He was 6'4", 290 easy. Hands like Jordan. He can handle the ball. He can shoot both hands. This is the type of dude, no lie. He's the type of dude that he could pick up something and master it. Drums. My mother took him to drum lessons. The guy was like, "Man, are you serious?"
So did you guys have like epic like backyard basketball games, or was it more like no?
I didn't start playing ball till I was a freshman. I was into drawing. I was into art.
Okay.
And music and poetry. I wasn't into sports. I really wasn't a sports dude till like junior high. True story. I was just telling this the other day. In junior high, I hung out with my cousin. His name was Cedric too.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me to my first house party. And he knew all these people that we were going to this party with.
Yeah.
And I was taller than everybody else. And they were like, "Yo, you know how you can hear stuff. Oh, he's goofy. He can't play ball and stuff like that." And my cousin was like, "Yo, he can play. I couldn't play ball. I could play football, but I never played basketball. Serious, you know?
Right.
So I went to their boys club, which was on the other side of town. I got handed like easily. Like the bummest dude in their neighborhood was killing me.
Now at the time,
So
how tall were you at the time, if you don't mind me asking?
I was about 6'1".
Okay.
About 6'1". And I mean, they were doing me because I didn't know how to play. I was just an athlete. I could run and jump. So after that party, it was a shorty there who was a tall female, who I started to like.
Mm-hmm.
But they were crumbing on me. Like I was like, okay. So my freshman year, my brother said, I was like 6'1". I was like 6'2" at the time. My brother goes, "You're gonna try out for the team." I was like, "All right." By the time basketball season started, I was 6'5".
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, but all I did my freshman semester was smoke weed and drink.
Ooh.
Oh, I was getting it full every day because all I was doing, like when you do stuff like that, I was into art. I wasn't into sports. So I tried out for the team, flunked every class. The high school coach goes, "Yo, I'm gonna put you on the team, but I'm gonna give you the teachers that I tell you to take for the second semester." I'm thinking he's gonna give me easy teachers. Stu gave me all the hardest teachers in the school. Freshman year, I did okay. Sophomore year, I got better because I was like, "Yo, I can do this. I can go places with this." So the sophomore year, I had a good sophomore year. Well, matter of fact, my sophomore year, I started busting ass because I started realizing that this is my ticket. Um, so from my sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, I went to basketball camp, so on and so forth. I started killing people. So that reputation from my 7th grade to 8th grade to my freshman year started to change.
Now, in high school, what position did you play opposed to when
I
you
played center.
you played center, and then when you went on to the NBA and college and NBA, what position did you play?
When I got to college, I was going to be a 3, 2-3, same position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at 6'8". But I was so athletic that on the press, now this Division One, I'm playing on the press. I'm playing the top of the zone on a press
Mm-hmm.
because I was that athletic. I could run and jump like a
Right.
kid. Um, but basketball wise, I didn't develop, and they had me in the block, and I
Okay.
had guards for coaches, so they really didn't know how to coach me as a post player.
Right.
So they just coached me as a guard, and that's where I played as a power forward, center slash sometimes 3.
Now that's a tough transition when you really think about it. Like if you had to transition to a 3 and then transition back to a 4, like that's gotta be kind of a tough transition in a way. I mean, in
I had
my
to
eyes.
transition from an athlete to a ball player. That's the toughest transition because I couldn't play, man. I really couldn't. I could run and jump. I had a decent jumper, but the thing about it is both my brothers were nice. Both my
Mm.
brothers could shoot with. Even I played. I was blessed to play with my older brother and my younger brother.
Oh wow.
Was your older or younger brother? Did they ever gain like height, or was it just like did
My
you just?
younger brother is 6'8".
Oh,
My older brother is 6 feet.
Mm.
mm,
Now my freshman year, because I was tall, I could dribble a ball down and I could just throw it up because I was taller than most of the people on it. So my high school coach freshman year, we had a playoff, 1-on-1. Who I ended up playing in the championship, my older brother. He knew I
Mm.
was taller than him, but he was much better than me. And I
Sec,
was so long that I could block the shot the whole nine. He
Sec,
smacked me in the eye, poked me in the eye, and won the game.
Sec, can you tell everybody what high school this is, and where you
Yep.
coming out of?
South High, Worcester, Massachusetts, second biggest city in Massachusetts outside of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Um, We lost in the States to an NBA player named Micheal Robinson. And he went to Cambridge Regional Latin, same high school Patrick Ewing went to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was the second highest recruited in the state at that time, behind Micheal Robinson. Um, but our city was really competitive as far as basketball. There were other guys on other high schools that were more basketball talented than I was and
Mm-hmm.
more skilled than I was, but they didn't have they in retrospect, I signed late because at the time you can sign early or you can sign late. And I signed late because I'm thinking these guys got talent. So if they're coming to watch me, they're going to see these guys too, and somebody else can go to college as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was recruited after my sophomore year. My first letter came from Iowa, and I got letters from every college in the nation except Duke and Carolina.
Mm.
Only 2 schools that never didn't recruit me. And funny story that Mike Krzyzewski called me on the phone He says, yeah, this is Coach Krzyzewski. I want to speak to Cedric Ball. I said, speaking. He goes, you're our third prospect. We have Ala Abdenabi, Robert Brick. Now, two of the guys that I knew, I met them in basketball camp.
Mhm.
He said, you won't play till your junior year. I said, thank you, Coach Krzyzewski, but I'm not interested. And hung up the phone. Not knowing, realizing who the hell he was.
Oh shit.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? At the time.
Wow.
I don't regret it
Yeah,
because I
feel
played
you.
against Ala. I played against Robert Bricky, Robert Bricky, I lied to you not. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do what you want.
I shitted on, I mean, just my athleticism. I shitted on. And all he could do was run and jump as well. But I could run as fast as him. I could jump as high as he could. But those are the only two schools that didn't recruit me. And I could have went anywhere in the nation. And Northeastern was high on me. They had Reggie Lewis at the time. And the coach was like, yo, you can come in right start. And a lot of schools came in and talking about playing ball, but UNC Charlotte came in and talked about school. And I was like, I'm gonna get a free education and play ball. Like,
There you go.
I don't want nobody talking about basketball because I know that's the ultimate goal. But Syracuse was high on me, but I knew they were recruiting Derek Coleman, Billy Owens, and all these other dudes
Wow.
that I had played against in high school, that I competed against and held my own. Like when people say they held their own, I held my own and I couldn't play ball.
Now, you. So that's college. Now you went to the NBA.
I
So
started.
you what?
Yeah,
You started in the NBA?
I went to. Go ahead. I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So you went to the NBA. I'm sure that there's a lot of stories that uh that you have of NBA players. One of my biggest questions that I wanted to ask about the NBA is you hear talks of, like, you've got your Kevin Garnett's, you've got your Reggie Millers, Michael Jordan. You know, who was the biggest shit talker in the
Michael
NBA?
Jordan,
Michael Jordan was
Larry Bird,
Michael Jordan and Larry Bird.
Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Ken Norman, who I played with, was one of the biggest shit talkers, and Mark Aguirre.
Mark
Mark Aguirre
Aguirre.
talked. Mark Aguirre talked more shit than a little
What he
bit.
was saying, Sad.
What?
What he was saying.
Oh my god! So we played Detroit a
What?
couple of exhibition games,
Mhm.
And
and
he
he
was
goes,
small forward, right? He played small forward or
"That
guard.
motherfucker could play." I'm gonna tell you, he could play anywhere.
Okay.
You talk about everybody talk about how what's his name, the Claw, has big hands.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Aguirre's hands were like mitts.
And this was back in the hand checking days too. It's not
No,
like
this was
how it
back
was.
when you could fuck a motherfucker up going
But
to the pole days. Just being real, they tell you quick if don't smack him. You grab him. You
yeah,
fuck him out. Don't
yeah.
let his arms get above his chest. That was Danny Manning told me that. If you're gonna foul somebody, don't let his arms get above his chest. I'm like, what? Wow. You know,
Wow. Now this was
Mark
back when
Aguirre said to me,
Go ahead.
Mark Aguirre, we're playing an exhibition game, and I told you I'm an athlete. Now I could play a little bit. I got a little game with me and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. My college coach, I'm with Utah. My college coach told me, listen, show all that you got. So I didn't have no fear because I was like, I wasn't drafted. I'm like, yo, I'm just here to do whatever I can. He said, if you can't ball handle, he said, act like you can. So we're playing Detroit, and I'm guarding Mark Aguirre, who was one of the guys my brother idolized. I'm saying, oh my God, I'm playing against Mark Aguirre. I can't believe this. I'm weighing 255, maybe. I'm stretching it. He's weighing 270
Wow.
and know how to play. Been in the league, all-star. I'm running. He goes, yo, young fella, slow down. You ain't got to run that much. I'm young, stupid. I slow down. He gets me in the post on his ass. Now, he had an ass like a woman. Like he had an ass like Cardi B. They throw the ball into him. You don't realize how big like they're deceptive. I'm a big dude, Myles will tell you. But these dudes, Mark Aguirre's ass was big, but his arms were long and his hands were big. They threw the ball into him, and he grabbed it with one hand, like off the dribble, like off the bounce. I'm saying, oh my God, his hands are fucking easy. He could palm the ball like that. He goes, young fella, Don't get mad at me, but I'm about to use you. I was like, what? This motherfucker elbowed me in the chest and bumped me with his hip and knocked me down and laid it up like I wasn't standing there.
What? And
I'm like,
you were
this.
standing at 255.
No, I was standing at 225 max.
225? Oh, 225. I thought it was
Yeah, and he was
255.
like 265, 270. Yo, and he's strong, but it's it didn't I didn't learn. I was like, how the fuck did he do that?
Now,
He muscle
did you
memory.
get him back?
What?
Yep.
Listen, man. He had about 20 in the exhibition game. I had about 6, but them 6 counted for me. That was like 40 points. You feel me? Because I wasn't undrafted. I was a nobody. So the next play down, he goes, dude, didn't I tell you to slow down? I'm like, man, fuck that. Danny Manning, one of the best players I've ever seen play the game. Danny Manning said, yo, listen, don't listen to him. He said, play your game. So now I'm running. Now this motherfucker getting tired because he got a lot of weight and he's out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, slow down, slow down. So my 6 points came off running. But he talked a lot of shit. I seen him and Ken Norman because one's from Chicago and the other one's from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago and Detroit do not get along.
Yeah.
And they play against each other on a regular basis because
they're in the
conferences.
same. Yeah.
Said, tell him the funny shit that Larry Bird used to say though, because Larry Bird was a mug.
Hey,
this dude-
Miles, before you tell him that, I got one question because I
Hold on,
got.
let me introduce y'all. That's my fault. Yo, said I got Justin Love Smith. He played for Siena, and that was the whole dynamic of the show. He's a good friend of mine. He live in Las Vegas right now, but we serve in the military together, all of us. And he's a D1 athlete just like yourself, and I wanted to bring that aspect together. But go ahead.
Straight.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Siena too. Damn.
Ooh.
Wow.
No.
Go ahead though.
Maybe we would have met then. We would have met. We would have definitely met. What the aspect of like the workouts, the training? What was it like then? And can you tell a difference from now of how athletes train?
Michael Jordan changed the game in the aspect that he realized his body frame. Now back then, guys were skinny, guys were thin. Look at Michael Cooper, one of the best defensive players ever to play the game. People was thin. Magic Johnson was a big fucking dude. Michael Jordan was a skinny motherfucker till he realized I can't play these dudes being this thin. I got to start lifting. So he started lifting, which made other people start lifting. Now Michael Jordan is 4 years older than me. So he started lifting. Now when you see people started lifting, and there were dudes in the league like Michael Cage, who was a ox, David Robinson, just so when that started happening, the game changed. You know, when people started lifting, the game changed. But when the game started to change, as people started to get bigger, muscular, they started getting softer. The game started getting soft. The game is, realistically speaking, and I don't take nothing from anybody that played today. LeBron James would have been a beast, but he was soft. He's in a league that's soft. You tap him, you foul. If you go back and watch games in the 80s and early 90s, you'll see the difference. That thing that happened in Detroit with
Ron Harbor.
what's his name?
I mean, Ron
Artest and
Artest.
them.
Yeah, Malice.
That shit wouldn't have happened in the 80s. That just would have been a regular foul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dudes were getting clothesline, beat down, elbow.
Yo, Bill Laimbeer was the one of the worst fouler. Like he would maul you. That whole Detroit Bad Boys team, they would get in there and kill you. And you always had one player on the team that would give it to you.
But
I was just gonna say when they got Rick Mahorn on the team, that's when it really
No, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth.
Go ahead.
That was visual. The Celtics was the dirtiest fucking team in the league.
That's what I was about to say. That's how I was getting to.
Them dudes will fuck you up.
That's what I was getting to.
What? I know Robert Parrish was the chief. He was dirty. I knew.
And you know what? If you look back, Robert Parrish didn't foul out of games.
Oh.
You know why? If you and I watch a lot of full film. He never argued a call. He never argued a call. And I went to a seminar. He was talking at. He goes, "Why am I going to argue with the ref? He's not going to change the call. He can't change the call. He called the call. It's going to be the call. So I wouldn't argue. And by him not arguing with him, the next call, if it was 50-50, Robert Parrish would get it because he's not going to argue.
I can think that. Yo, what was the craziest shit Larry Bird said to you? Because I know you
Oh,
told me something that was funny.
I'm trying out with the Celtics. He goes, I got this boy. I was like, what? Yeah, I got this boy. I said, who you talking to? He goes, I'm talking to you. I was like, what? Like, and I'm saying to myself, one, you're shorter than me. Two, you got a broke fucking back. You know what I mean? And you talking shit to me? I was like, I'm about to get in his ass. This motherfucker, nowhere to lie, got the ball, and he's slow. When I tell you he's slow, this motherfucker's slow. But he's a threat.
Of course.
He did a pump fake and took his first step, and that motherfucker was by me.
What?
I was like, how the fuck can you do that? I said, how do you do that? I was puzzled. But in my mind, I was like, because he's a shooter. But he was, like, everybody thought Larry Bird was a shooter. Larry Bird was a scorer
Yeah.
that didn't have to score
Yep.
because he made everybody else around the team better. So that's how he became a threat. My favorite player, Magic Johnson, of all time, Magic Johnson, was a threat because you didn't know if he was going to pass or score. He didn't have to score.
But
Because he was going to pass.
But you know
But
what?
Larry Bird was
But
he said, yep, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead and finish what you were gonna say.
So Larry Bird's talking shit to me, like, yeah, he's easy to score on. No, you got that one score. And I was like, all right, this motherfucker want to talk a lot of shit. I know your back's fucked up, right? Next time he got the ball, I hit him in his, like, on his hip. You know how your hip is? That little hip?
Yeah.
I hit that motherfucker on his hip, and that's going to jar your back. Now, I'm going to tell you, I was a dirty player. Because I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you was making
I knew
his
how to play. I
bread.
knew how to fucking fight. One thing I knew was, like, I can fight. You know, and in the NBA, the fight ain't going to last 3 minutes because they're going to break it up.
It don't
You
even
know what I mean?
last that
So
long.
what? Larry Bird threw that fake. I hit him in that hip and jolted his back. That one, he went from a Ferrari to a damn 18-wheeler.
What?
He slowed down. No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't move. You know what I mean?
So what happened?
He slowed the fuck down, and Vin Baker started eating his ass up. And Vin Baker was a junior in college.
Oh.
Vin Baker
Ben
was
Baker
smoking
was the
everybody.
truth. Hey guys, hey listen, Cedric, yo, I appreciate the conversation. Thank you for answering
No
my
problem,
question. I want to hear more. Myles, Mo,
Now,
that's my Halloween
stay
theme.
on.
Hey, that's my Halloween theme in my house right there. But hey, listen, I gotta go. I gotta coach. I coach young female basketball team, and they rocking and rolling. I'm trying to get them ranked in the country here, so
There we
I
go.
gotta get going, Miles.
I
Where you
love
located?
in Vegas.
In Vegas.
Oh, okay. Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
I ain't mad
So
at
we
you.
go out to Cali and everything and ball out there too. So, but
You need any
I'll get
tips
up
or
with you.
anything? Like, I know you're not a
Thank you,
baller.
Miles.
Hold
Thank you,
on.
Mo. Thank you, Cedric.
Hold on, Seth.
My pleasure.
What you was saying? What you was saying to Justin?
If you need any tips or anything like that, hit me up.
Definitely. Appreciate it.
I got people's out in Vegas. I got one of my mans is out in Vegas. I'll come out there just to, that's one of the
come
states
on
I ain't never
out.
been.
Hey, listen, I'll show you a good time out in Vegas too when you do come out. But come on
See,
out.
man,
I
I ain't
invite
trying to get in
everybody.
no
Hey, when you
scruples.
come to Vegas, trust me, you're gonna have a good time with me.
All right, Seth, we got you for a little bit longer. I want to talk about the
Yep.
Europe and all that stuff, the European
Yep. I'm
League.
here as
Just-
long as you need me.
I appreciate it. So thank you, Just. So Mo, before I get to my European questions, I know you got some more technical questions.
I had one just a comment on
Yep.
how he was saying that that Larry Bird was he was a scorer and he was a passer. And my comment is every basketball player that's a shooting threat or a scoring threat, it automatically elevates your passing game.
No doubt.
It automatically does.
You think so?
Yeah, because
There's a lot of play.
because think about it, right? If Steph Curry, is he a great passer, or is it that he's such a scoring threat that people are so apt to think that he's going to score that he can just get rid of the ball?
How many assists does he average?
Well, I mean, he scores more than he assists because he wants to
That's what I'm
shoot.
saying.
That's
So
what he's saying.
Yeah. But I mean, people talk about how great of a passer Larry Bird was, right? And I mean, he had some flashy passes, but I think because he was such a scoring threat, and maybe you can school me on this because, maybe you can change my mind. Because I think he was such a scoring threat
Yeah.
that it automatically made his IQ was good and he could pass the ball. But people were so worried about him scoring that sometimes they would just forget about their man.
you said it right. His IQ was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different. He knew he could score on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Now Steph Curry can score on just about anybody,
Hmm.
but he's not a great passer. Because if you look at his assists, who is the leading triple double man in the NBA?
I think it's Russell Westbrook now, right?
Okay, is he a great shooter?
No.
No.
Shoot more
Is
than
he a
the
great
Cox.
scorer?
He's a decent scorer. I
He
mean,
got confidence.
Bingo.
he's a decent scorer. So I mean, he can drive to the basket, but his 3-point I think his 3-point average at one point was the worst out of all the starting point guards in the NBA
He got confidence.
And why do you think he's leading triple double?
because he's
Point
got
guard.
IQ. You're right.
Bingo.
IQ.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that Steph Curry doesn't have a high IQ for basketball, but he's a scorer. And on his team, that's what he's called to do. Does he make some good passes? He can.
Mhm.
But he shoots so his efficiency at shooting the 3-point shot is so good that he doesn't have to. Because when you can come and pull over like one step over half court and pull,
Mm-hmm.
and you if he pulls 5 times, he may hit 3 times.
Mm.
So
Now-
you got to he's got to do that for the team he's on. Now, if he was on a different team, will he have to do that? No. Now he'd have to go around his game. My
Now,
2 favorite players of all time, Magic Johnson, because he was just, to me, phenomenal. And Kobe Bryant. You know why Kobe Bryant was the best player to me?
work ethic.
Like people ask me,
Dog.
is he better than Michael? To me, he was. One, he was taller than Michael. He could handle the ball better than Michael. He played in that ending part of that era. But could he play in that era of Bad Boys and the Celtics in '85? He could because he was that damn determined to be the best. And people don't give him the credit because they were like, oh, he's just like Michael Jordan.
well,
Yeah, but he did what he did.
Well, we do have a question, and I am gonna
Mhm.
ask it, but I'm gonna make a comment about this as well
Yep.
because I told Myles I wasn't gonna ask this question, but
You got to ask everything.
yeah,
Yeah, ask everything, man.
James asked if LeBron or Jordan. Now, before you answer that question, I'll give you my quick take on it because I talked about it last week.
Yeah.
So I think Michael Jordan. For his time, first off, they were all the greatest of their time.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And it's hard to compare them because they all played in different eras, and in different
Yeah.
eras, they have different rules.
Mhm.
All right. So, with that being said, I think that Michael Jordan was probably one of the best scorers that ever played a game. I think that LeBron James has probably the highest IQ and matter of fact, the best pound for pound player that's played, in my opinion, because he can score, he can rebound, he can pass, and Kobe Bryant not only had the best work ethic, but he was the most skilled player,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Now, with that being said, James asked LeBron or Jordan.
Bill Russell.
Yo, who said that too? Who said that last week? It was me.
Yeah,
I said
Miles
Bill
said-
Bill
Russell
Russell.
coached the team and won the most ships in the hardest time to play. When you playing basketball, you gotta be mentally there. So when all these, so like, there's no doubt in my mind that LeBron's son is probably gonna be one of the greatest players in the NBA history.
anytime that
Hold on. Miles. I'm gonna comment on that.
Go ahead.
I say Bill Russell because the time he played,
I said this in last week's show. Said sorry.
he's going through all the racial like People talking about I'm gonna kill you if you play the whole nine. So your mind you gotta be you gotta be mentally
Yeah.
strong. Then to step up and outside of the game and be a speaker on racial diversity and
Right.
racism and things of that nature, and still go out and play, and knowing the dudes that you playing with. Now I'm from Worcester, and a lot of the players that played with him from Holy Cross in my city.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
A lot of them came from racist city.
Very racist city. That's what I'm saying. So like you like when you play sports and you guys know, I mean, and I wasn't the greatest athlete,
No, everybody knows that.
well, but I did my thing. But the thing is, your mind has to be there. That's why when people
Gotta be
get
right.
at athletes for like not doing good academically and like dudes be so zoned in. I had a leader at one time, Sergeant Major Mara, big shout out to you, Sergeant Major Mara. I know he's listening because he's one of my mentors. And he would tell me when he was on the football field, he played in Curtis High School in Staten Island, he couldn't like remember anything to the point where he was so zoned in, and that's something only athletes get.
Yep.
So like when they're asking him about a math test or whatever kind of test, he's just like, dude, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm about to score 3 touchdowns tonight because he's so zoned in on that.
And it's a mental focus that not a lot of now. Don't get me wrong. I played with some dudes that were with that should my roommate Byron Dinkins played with the Houston Rockets for 3 years, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
This dude was so focused on being like the best. He would like when we were in college. Him and two guard were the fourth ranked two tandem in the nation. And this dude was all that playground like and one shit he could do. But to ask that motherfucker 2 plus 2, you know what I mean?
Word.
Now,
He did what he had to do for school. Don't get me wrong. And don't,
Mhm.
and I thank God that my mom was a very intelligent lady.
Mhm.
So all A's in high school. So she taught us be smart. She taught us how to deal with people. And but when you're focused, like when we played Chicago, no word of a lie. I'm with the Clippers. We played Chicago. Now they give you a playbook
Mhm.
on all the players. And they go around the room. Okay, you got to play so and so. What are you going to do on so and so? The coach asked me, Cedric, I'm a rookie. I know I ain't getting no burn. We're playing Chicago. I'm at
Mhm.
the end of the bench. I know I ain't gonna get no burn. He goes, you're playing Michael Jordan. What are you gonna do? And I looked at him like, motherfucker, you ain't gonna give me no time. What are you asking me this for? This is what I'm saying in my head. I'm not getting in the game unless we getting blown out or we blowing them out.
Mhm.
I said, now I played against Mike in college because he used to come to our university to play because less media. And I know his brother, his cousins, they all used to come on a regular basis. So
Mhm.
I know, you know. So I'm like, he goes, what are you gonna do? I said, one, I'm taller than him. Two, I can jump as high as him. I said he's the best player in the NBA. I got 6 fouls. I said, if I need to, I'll fight him. He, and everybody looking at me like, what the fuck did you just say? They need him more than y'all need me.
Mm.
I'm the last
yeah.
man on the bench. Logically speaking, if I got to fight this dude to win the game, that's how my mentality was do what you got to do to win.
I
If
respect that.
one night the coach said, Cedric, all I need you to do is rebound, I'm not concentrating on scoring. I don't care about scoring.
Mhm.
My job is to rebound as many rebounds as I can get. We're playing Chicago. My job, I'm playing Michael Jordan, is to stop him at all costs. The greatest of defensive players couldn't stop him from scoring. He's a bad motherfucker. Let's fight.
Mm.
Like I told you before, a fight only lasts 3 minutes max. I can throw these hands a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, you want to come at me? We can go. We can do this. Because now you're out the game. I'm out the game. We win.
Mm.
That was the goal to win. You know what I mean? True story. We're playing Denver Nuggets. Charles Smith, who played with New York,
Mhm.
he goes out and dominates the game. 54 points, 20
Word.
boards,
I hate
six
Charles Smith.
blocks, like 5 assists. Like I'm telling you, I was like, this motherfucker's raw. I'm sitting on the bench like he's 3-point shot. He's doing like I'm like, this motherfucker is the truth. Danny Manning goes, just watch, just watch. The next night we go to Houston, this motherfucker have 2 points. How do you do that?
Yeah.
He has 2 points, 3 boards. He gets shitted on by Akeem Olajuwon. And I asked Danny Manning, who I give all the respect, one of the baddest players I've ever seen play ball.
He nice.
I said, yo, dude, how does he do that? Like, how do you not? You just come out and dominate this team, and then you come out and just look like a fucking. I could have played. I could have got 10. I could have got 10 points. I could have easily got 10 points. I'm the last motherfucker on the bench. You go out and get 2 points, and you just had 54 the night before. How does that happen? I couldn't logically. I couldn't understand how that happened.
Mm.
He goes, dudes get complacent. He goes, he's rich. They don't. And you know what they interview? He said, oh, it's a long season. Motherfucker, a loss is a loss to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I couldn't, and that left a bad taste in my mouth when I seen it when dudes, oh, it's a long season.
Mm.
What? It's a loss. How do you, and Danny Manning thought, as I thought, he was like, he goes, dude, I don't know losing. This dude's won the North Carolina state championship, Kansas state championship, national championship. Now he gets to an NBA on a losing team.
Now,
How do
now,
you can't think when you're winning that much, you can't think
Yeah.
of loss.
I was about to say that.
You know what I mean?
Now, said,
Yep.
Now, I know you played with some, we're talking about, great players that you played with. Now, who was the most underrated player that never got the recognition or like somebody to watch out for that underline, like, he might get a quiet 11 points in
Gary Grant.
Gary Grant, point guard?
Gary Grant. Yep.
Wow. I would. Yeah, he was the point guard for Clippers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He played for Michigan.
Yeah.
Gary Grant was solid. He was, and at that time, point guard was a point guard and score when you need him to score.
Mm.
In the evolution of the game with Michael Jordan evolving the game and Scottie Pippen and all these changed the game. Gary Grant would come out and get you 9 assists, 10 points, a steal or 2, a rebound or 2, where it kept him in the league for a long time. He hardly ever turned the ball over.
Mm.
Look at Jacques Vaughn, played for Kansas, couldn't score a lick, but was a solid point guard.
Now, how was it playing with Olden Polinas?
Who?
Olden.
Polynese?
Yeah.
I didn't play with him, but I played against him.
Oh, you played
You
against
talking
him?
about a strong motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
that outrageously just. David Robinson was ripped and strong. Olden Polynese was strong. Just
Yeah,
like
he had grown
that.
man strength.
He had that nigger strength from Africa. He had that Uncle Montgomery strength. That Tarzan couldn't fuck with strength.
Yeah, said I'm gonna transition that real quick.
Yep.
But so how was the two? This is a 2-piece question. The life in when you transitioned to Europe. How was the life and the game of basketball different?
In the NBA, everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody wants a piece of you. And I'm telling you, and I tell everybody that I live around, and people, oh, I heard you play professional basketball. I was on the end of the bench. I was next to the Gatorade jug. You feel me? And I have no problems telling people that, because I'm real about who I am. Now, true story. I was with Ken the Animal Bannister. He played with New York. They call him an animal because he had this shit on his face. He looked like an animal. Great dude. I still owe him $100. One of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. And he was like, yo, Rook, I'll come pick you up. You just got to drive. He was like, yo, I'll drive. He goes, wherever we go, if I'll come pick you up, but you drive once I pick you up.
That's what
I
we
didn't have a
talking about.
license.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? I didn't have a license, but
Mm-hmm.
I drove him around. So NBA players are strip joint junkies. They all like going to strip joints.
Yeah.
So we go to the strip joint, and the bartender goes, "Why don't you go out and watch the strippers?" I said, "Because I can't." See, I was a thinker always. I couldn't find the logic in giving this woman money and getting nothing in return.
Mm.
And I told her that. She goes, "I got a friend for you." She introduced me to this stripper. I'm 20. I'm 20 years old, going into 21. This girl's 20 as well. Finer than finer than a motherfucker. So I said, I bought a glass of champagne. I ain't had no money. Animals, he said, whatever he want, I got it. He drank triple shots of Hennessy.
Mm.
This is 91. So I said, yeah, get a glass of champagne. Glass of champagne was $50. So he walks up to me, he goes, Animal goes, yo, you ain't gonna invite her to the game? I was like, I'm young. You know what I mean? I said, you wanna come to the game? She goes, I don't deal with basketball players. I said, yo, listen, no word of a lie. I said, I'm the last dude on the bench. I said, I ain't no multi-million-dollar player or anything like that. I said, I'm the last dude on the bench. She goes, I'll go only if you go out with me after. I was like, all right. This when I say this chick was fine, and I've been in college, I've been to Division I college. This chick was one of the finest women I've ever met in my life. She comes to the game. She's sitting now. There's a wife section and family section.
I thought that was fake.
They sit. So she's sitting there. We're playing Chicago. In LA, I'm looking across the thing. I see Cree Summers. I see the cast of fucking It's a Different World and all these people. Then Janet Jackson walks in. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm from Worcester, Mass. I'm like, look at this. I'm chilling with these motherfuckers like this. I'm in there. Now I'm just in there. Like I'm in there. I'm not playing. I ain't warm up. I'm a warm up superstar. I'm a warm up all star. I'm saying, look at this. And at the time, Clippers wasn't getting a lot of fans. So you can tell who was in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. So we go back after the game and get spanked. We got spanked. So Jordan comes in the locker room. Now, mind you, I've played against Jordan in college, and his brother knows me, his cousins know me. So he walks in there, who's she with? Because she's sitting in our section. He goes, who's she with? Gary Grant goes, who are you talking about? He goes, who is she with? So Ken Animal Bannister starts laughing. And Ken Bannister was like 6'8", but he played center. Big dude. He started, the Rook. Jordan looks over at me, Ball, she with you? I'm like, what the fuck is he? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I didn't know, I'm surprised as he is. And Bannister goes, yeah, that's who brought her. We walk out. Now they're standing behind the rope. We walk out. This Jordan walks out with Janet Jackson. I walk up and she goes, you ready to go? He looks at me like, are you fucking kidding me? This just what he says. Are you fucking kidding me? You with him? She looks at him like, yeah. We walk out. I'm like, you know Michael Jordan? She goes, I don't talk to them. She goes, I know Magic. I know all these people. She goes, I don't go for NBA players. She goes, you should be lucky that you're with me. I'm saying to myself, I'm about to dick this down, and all these dudes want this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm about to dick this down. These dudes want this. She goes, I'm gonna make them some pumpkin pies. They like my pies. So that is the NBA life.
Okay.
Top notch. You're getting a top notch chicks. You ever see dude? She's Gotta Have It.
Yeah.
You know the Nola Darwin.
Mm-hmm.
Went to her sister's house and ate vegetarian lasagna. Upper class. When you're in the NBA, whether you're on the bench or not, you're dealing with the upper echelon of people.
In comparison to Europe?
Now, Europe, this is the freaky part. With me, because I get to France, don't know the language and whatnot. I'm from Worcester, Mass. I'm happy as a pig in shit. So I'm trying to learn the language and all of this and that and this and that. I'm riding with this dude that was my teammate. He was from Philly. First month I'm there, I don't have a car, so I got to ride with him. True story. I'm driving. I get my car. They give me a car, no license, mind you. The lady goes, "Can I see your license?" I said, "Oh, here you go." I show her my ID. She goes, "This is just an ID." I said, "If you move it," now in the state of Massachusetts, the emblem had this gold thing on it. If you put it in the light in a certain way, it'll show the symbol of the state of Massachusetts. I said, "Now this is me, 21 years old. You, there you go. See, when you got that seal, you can drive." I'm lying. I'm in the foreign country. I don't care.
Yeah, right.
She gives me a brand new car right off the showroom floor, Renault 21. I start going to the club with this dude in the bars. His girl spoke French. I didn't know that. So when I'm trying to do the little French I can with these dudes. So I go to the first bar because I remember how to get to the places. I get to the first bar and I'm like, "Oh, how you doing? Bonjour, ça va? You know, how are you tonight?" I'm saying this all in French.
Yeah, comment ça va?
Um,
Yeah.
you know, and all I'm saying is baby Coke, which is Jack Daniels and Coke, because that's all I didn't drink Jack Daniels, but that's all I could say was baby Coke. And they go, "Who is Stevenson? Where is Stevenson?" I said, "Oh, I have my car, my voiture, solo. So now this is the French that I'm speaking. Solo, voiture, solo." The dude goes, "Oh, you by yourself?" I said, "You speak English?" He goes, "When you're a bartender in France, you have to speak English because you get Americans coming." I said, "Dude, why didn't you guys tell me this?" I said, "You got me struck." And they were like, "No." He's like, "You're not like Mark. We know his girlfriend speaks French and he speaks some French. He's an American asshole. You tried." From that
Oh,
point on,
Okay.
from that day on, wherever I was in France, and I played in 5 different places after that, I never paid for a drink, never paid for dinner
oh, shit.
Wow. Wow.
because I adjusted to them, not them adjusting to me.
That's a good game.
And they were like, "You're not like all Americans. You're different."
So,
You
what
know what
was
I
your
mean?
favorite country other than America? Because this is American
France,
show. This is American show.
France,
France?
Japan, China, all of Europe. Only place I hated. It was. I'm telling you, dude. When I tell you, we do you know how they say we live in the land of the free, home of the brave?
Mm-hmm.
If I walk down the street with a beer in my hand, the cops gonna pull me over and tell me to pour it out.
The whole fact.
If I walk down the street in France getting fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna drive right by me. And in Japan, if I'm in the subway throwing up from being drunk, somebody's gonna start rubbing my back. In Asia, a Japanese lady or a man is gonna start rubbing my back saying he had a good day.
Mm.
You
Culture.
can't. You
You know what I
can't
mean?
listen. Miles won't let no grown man rub his back.
Nah, it's certain
Man,
shit I won't let
He
a
said.
man do. But at the same time,
He said, "Don't rub
when
my
I'm
back."
vulnerable like that, like yeah, I appreciate that. No, I've been to Japan and the culture is way different than it is
oh
here.
my
So
God.
you would let somebody rub your back?
No, it's like this. Listen, when you're in Japan, right? If you could go to a McDonald's, that dude that's making that burger, he's making it for you. So he's
For
not
you.
just slapping it. He's just not slapping it together. Like they take a lot of pride in what they do for
They do.
individual. Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, and that's why the suicide rate is like that over there. Because
Yeah.
if somebody did something for you as a service, and you say you don't like it, or whatever, like they take it super serious. Where it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I was joking. Yeah, it's
They,
like
and
that.
he's right.
Nah, yeah. I remember going to a McDonald's and the dude was asking me, I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I was just joking around. He's like, "You don't like?" And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm gonna eat this no matter what." You know what I mean? I bought it. But yeah, and they got like
Well,
they have like those conveyor belt uh restaurants type
Yeah.
deals.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And it's very real. But say, who would we know that you like who wouldn't we know that you played with in Europe that gave you the hardest time basketball wise
basketball, who gave me the hardest time?
in Europe?
Um, let's see. This Antoine Rigaudot. He's a French kid.
Oh yeah.
Tried out with the NBA. Back when Now he tried out with the NBA when they weren't importing Europeans.
Mm.
He was the Michael Jordan of France. He was the Michael Jordan of Europe. Point guard,
Mm.
could shoot, could pass. He, he was no joke. He was no joke. And when I say no, and then I played with this dude, Freddie Hoofnigger.
Hoof
Prior
nigga.
to him,
Hoof
huh?
nigga. Say it again.
Freddie Hoofnigger.
Okay. There's a hoof nigga.
Prior to him, he was the best player in Europe. Point guard. Just did too much cocaine.
Okay.
Um, Roy Topley,
Why that sound familiar?
because he played for Dallas Mavericks. I'm gonna tell y'all something that a lot of people that know basketball would know. If Roy Topley didn't get high like he did,
Roy Topley.
That's
it
like
would be no. He would have been the Michael Jordan.
that's like how Mookie Blaylock was the same way. When he didn't get drunk, he was always drunk. And he had to get
He was
drunk.
always fucked up. He
Yeah.
wasn't drunk. He was fucked up.
No,
Ain't nothing to
I'm
do in Oklahoma but get fucked up.
yeah. I'm trying to think who the fuck Roy Topley is though.
He played for Iowa.
Now,
Oh, he never made it to NBA?
Yeah, he played with the Dallas Mavericks. He was the greatest player Dallas Mavericks ever had. He played with Mark Aguirre.
He
Roy
played with-
Topley.
Mark Aguirre is different. Like that's the dude's nice.
No, he was 6'10". He was the original real fucking center because he could handle, he could shoot. Look at Roy Topley. Roy Topley was a trooper. He was a cocaine.
now
He was
you
a cocaine.
now you said that you're what 53 years old. Do you
Yep.
do you still occasionally get out there and
I
play-
coach kids.
Oh, you coach kids now. You don't go out there and play with other players.
No,
more?
because I'm too like. It's a switch.
Competitive.
It's a switch, and like the last time I played in the church league, and my pastor didn't know. He thought I just played high school ball and some college. And he was asking me, "Yo, Seth, play with us." I was like, "Nah, pastor, you know what I mean? I ain't, I'm a different dude on the court." I was kept telling him no. So he was like, "Come on, man, we need another big man. I was like, "All right, I'll play." You know what I mean? I was like, I told him, I said, "I'm not gonna score. I'll rebound, block some shots, and just pass."
Yo, said I'm laughing
On the-
because my producer was like, "Yo, why this dude keep hanging up?" I was like, "Yo, bro, if he can't get it, that shit, he gonna keep doing it. So either I'm gonna tell him or he gonna just keep calling back till he win."
That's it. I was
Yeah,
competitive.
yeah, I know it.
So I'm playing in this church league. So I'm playing, and I'm out of shape. But I told the pastor, when I get on the court, it's a different thing, man. I'm a different person when I get on the court.
I know
So
how
we
that
play a
feels.
couple of games. I'm out of shape, and we're playing, and now we're playing high school rules when I'm used to a higher level. So one of the dudes that are refereeing the game that I'm playing, I shitted on in high school. So they got a little vendetta. So the dude comes down the court, and I step out and put my arm up, and he runs into my elbow. They call a foul. I said, "How you gonna call a foul?" He run into me. He goes, "You can't put your arm out like that." I said, "What are you talking about?" Now, this is my mentality. Like, okay, kill or be killed. So I'm playing, I'm out of shape and whatnot, and the coach says, "Sub Cedric out." Now in Europe, you're American at the time, you don't get subbed out. I didn't know nothing about getting subbed out unless I fouled out.
Mm-hmm.
Church league, crowd full. I said, "Man, what the fuck are you talking?" I said, "What the fuck are you putting a sub in? I don't never come out the game." Now I go off on this dude who's a church member. He's not really a coach, he's just a figurehead.
Right.
I commenced to cuss this dude out like nobody's business.
In a
And I look in the
church?
stand and people are like,
Yeah.
"Yo," like, and people like the pastor's wife, all these people from church, they're looking at me like, "Oh my God, he cussed like a drunken sailor."
That's what. Hold on, but said this. What I was telling Mo earlier because we
Mhm.
were talking about Tim Thibodeau, right?
Tell the whole story.
no,
if
no,
you're gonna tell
no.
it.
I'm gonna tell my story and you tell your story.
the whole
and let him
story if you're
answer.
gonna tell. Because Miles has sorry Miles, but Miles will tell his part of the story and try to have you answer it.
No.
So I'll let
Mhm.
you
No, right.
tell your story. and
So
I'll
what
tell
I was
mine.
telling him was, Tim Thibodeau is a dog of a coach, right?
Yep.
And because he played, but his only flaw, one of his only flaws is he run his players down. But what do you call running your players down when his job as a coach is to win the championship? So if Derrick Rose and those dudes is just playing, they balling, and I'm like, yo, yeah, you could take him out, but you think Derrick Rose want to come out if he feel like he hot?
All right, so
Go ahead though, Mo.
So listen, my only problem with Thibodeau is this, all right? And it's kind of like what Myles was saying, is you got to know when to take your players out, all right? Now, I understand you getting hot, whatever. That's fine,
Mhm.
you know? But the thing is if you win the playoffs, first off, the playoffs is long. Now, if you win the playoffs and you're up by so many points, you have to make sure that you rest your guys. Derrick Rose did not need to be out in that game. He did not need to be on the court. And that was hold on, I know you want to talk, but my thing was you have to know as a coach when to rest your players because you still need them for your next game.
Right.
Especially your superstars. Because at the time, Derrick Rose, I think the year prior, won. I think he was the
Rookie of the year?
youngest. The one, yeah, I think he either won Rookie of the Year or he was the youngest to win MVP. And so you're a superstar at that point. You have to know when to rest your players.
I got it, but if you
And
or
your
Derrick Rose, you like you said, you're not gonna want to come out.
Let's said
your question is what?
All right. The question is, when you see Mo's biggest basketball feat was like high school, maybe like senior high school, right, Mo? Or a
my
little
biggest.
or freshman college.
Nah, high school. I played high school. I played in leagues, like
So
little leagues.
so what I'm saying is, there's a certain and this might be a little just advanced for the conversation, just to advance the conversation, but I feel like when you get to that NBA level and it's past college, the players have a say.
Ask the
So
question.
yeah, no. So what I'm asking is there a time where a coach can say, "Oh no, you've done enough"? Because remember, these guys get bonuses off of what they score.
Bro, that's not even what
So
I'm
you
that's
so
not
you
even-
say it. Say
that's
what
not
you
even
saying.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as a coach in the NBA, there comes a point where you have to take your players out because you don't want to risk them getting an injury, especially in the playoffs. You can't run your guys to the ground.
And what I'm
in
saying,
the playoffs, you can't do it.
and what I'm saying is, a lot of what is expected for guys in the NBA, especially today or the time where that happened, is money based. So those dudes is like, run me to the ground. I need to get this $1 million.
No, bro, you have to.
Sad.
Oh, Sad, please.
Sad, break it.
I'm gonna say this. Look at the '80s playoffs and
Okay.
look at the years Derrick Rose played in the playoffs. Magic Johnson stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Rodman. All these dudes stayed in the game, and they played. Kobe Bryant stayed in the game. You know why? Now Pat Riley was one of the fucking hardest. Even in the playoffs, Pat
The
Riley had
hardest.
3-hour practices.
Shaq hated him. Shaq couldn't stand Pat
No.
Riley.
You know why?
The weight
Because he was a
loss
lazy motherfucker.
shit.
I'm being real.
Yeah, nah, he
Shaq was
said
one of
it.
the most dominant players in the league, but he was lazy. Kobe Bryant said to him,
Said in
dude,
his
if
book.
you would work like I worked, you would be the most dominant player to ever play the game.
I still think he was. Me personally.
But you said it yourself, all right? You said that the NBA now is a lot softer than the
Yeah.
NBA back then. So when you try to take a coach that coaches like they did back then, they're softer. You can't try to bring that mentality to the modern day because people are going to get hurt. Ow, I got a boo-boo. you know, and
How
the
are they?
game is
But,
a lot faster too, you know, so you can't really bring that type of like hard nose, especially in the playoffs. You just can't.
okay, I'm gonna ask you this question:
Okay.
Who is the hardest player nowadays in the NBA? Who is the hardest playing player that you see now in the NBA?
In the NBA,
Who plays hard all the time in the NBA nowadays?
um,
Westbrook.
wrong,
Bingo.
wrong,
Now,
Go ahead. I said bingo. He said bingo, but
wrong.
go ahead.
Dame Lillard,
who? Do
Nah, you're bugging.
Dame Lillard,
no,
No,
hardest player.
no.
no. It's Westbrook, bro.
You think?
I know basketball. I know basketball. It's Westbrook.
Stop it. It's
You think?
definitely Dame Lillard.
It's
You think
West.
Dame Lillard?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you another question.
Okay.
If Dame Lillard is the hardest playing player in the NBA, how many steals does he average? How many rebounds does he average?
I can't. I don't have
No,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't have it in
Research
front
it.
of me.
Yeah,
No, don't.
less
But
than
research
five. Less than five.
Research it.
Less than five. He
I,
shoot. Go ahead.
he's a shooter. He's a
Mhm.
scorer. The hardest playing player in the NBA nowadays is Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook. That's a fact.
And I like players that play hard. Kobe Bryant played hard. He made it look easy because he was so much more advanced. He had practiced so much more than I watched an interview with Kobe Bryant.
Hmm.
He said, "I wake up at 6, eat breakfast, go to practice from no, I wake up at 4, eat breakfast, go to practice from 6 to like 8, come home, take my kids to school,
Hmm.
eat, go to sleep, practice from 2 to 4, come home, get my kids off the bus, hang out with them for a little while, rest,
Yeah.
and go back to practice from 7 to 9." And he said, if I do that every day for 5 years, and someone else starts doing that, I'm already 5 years advanced more so than they are.
Mm. Yeah,
So
that's a fact.
he played harder than anybody, but he made it look so easy because he had did everything that he did on the court 5 years in advance than the next man.
Yeah. Kobe was a
You feel
dog.
me?
Yeah.
Now Russell Westbrook is that type of player that he doesn't know any other speed but 110,
Yeah. And he shoot more than the cops.
and he shoots he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like players that they give it all. If you leave it all on the court, then that's why I love Dennis Rodman.
Mm.
Yo, my
He
favorite
was
player. My favorite
he
player of all
couldn't,
time.
Yeah, top pick.
and people didn't realize Dennis Rodman in college was a scorer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He averaged
22
like 30
points.
something points.
30 something.
Yeah.
No, it's 20 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once he realized his niche in the NBA,
He capitalized
why do
on
I
that.
need to score?
Yeah, right. That was awesome.
I could be an all-star. I could be a Hall of Famer doing what I do, rebounding and playing defense.
Yeah, he's my
Yeah.
favorite player.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mhm.
So you like Dame Lillard, great scorer, one of the best players in the NBA. Don't get me wrong. But is he the hardest playing player?
I think he's
No.
I think a lot of people. He's just underrated.
Nah.
He's definitely underrated, bro.
Not underrated. He's
Like
not
nah,
even-
No,
like
you-
I think he's underrated.
He's in
peop-
Portland.
Yeah,
yeah, but
Low media.
Yeah, low media, but that's like saying like the Milwaukee Bucks versus that's lower media.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like Oklahoma City is
Yeah.
the lowest media. Like
Yeah.
I've been to Oklahoma City when they first started building that. Like if you go to Oklahoma City right now, freaking Durant has 3 restaurants on the main strips, and like that's
Now
how
I played in
new
the
it is.
CBA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I played in the CBA.
Oh, let's talk about that. Yeah, talk about that.
And there was a team in Oklahoma City.
Mm.
This is how
Yo, say
We
how
go
long
to
you? Hold on, you played in the CB? I didn't know that about you.
I won a CBA championship.
Oh wow.
We go to Oklahoma City
Mm-hmm.
and it was packed. It was small, like high school, college gym. We go to Oklahoma City, yeah, we win, and we go to a bar after. I was like, I'm gonna get some food, get some drinks. We go in this bar, no word of a lie. You ever hear, like, you guys are probably too young. When you walk into this bar, this country western bar, when you walk in one door, you have to walk in another door to get inside.
Mm.
Now, when you walk out, because the first door, when it shuts, you can't open the second door till that door shuts. It's airlocked, like you know what I mean. You
Nah,
like
I don't know what
the
you mean,
door's
but
still
I'm
open.
interested.
If the first door is still open, you won't be able to open the second door because there is an air pocket.
I never
Once
seen
that
that
door's
shit.
shut, now you can open the second door.
Okay.
Going out, it's the same thing. We walk into this country and western bar, and we don't know it. There's four of us. We walk in, all brothers except one white dude. We walk in there, and when I tell you, record stop, I'm like, oh shit, we in the
Oh
wrong
shit.
spot.
And you like 6'10" and a half, so you said
Yeah, you know what I
I
mean?
can't
I'm like,
hide.
oh fuck. When you talk about cowboy boots, big 10-gallon hat, I'm like, oh damn, this ain't gonna end well. Waitress comes over, can I help y'all? I'm like, nah, I think we're in the wrong spot. She, no, you can drink here. This dude with this fucking super cowboy hat, shit kickers, and gun on his. I'm talking about John Wayne type shit.
Shit.
Come on in, boys. I'm a grown ass man. Don't call me a boy.
Larry Bird called you a boy. You ain't do nothing. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
hit him in his fucking hip and made his back shift.
No, my
Some of
fault.
them a bitch. So he goes, come on in, boys. I'll buy you one.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, might as well come in.
Hmm.
Yo, the best time I ever had in the Midwest.
Okay,
You
see?
talking about? Oh my goodness, I got drunk as a skunk. Anyway, but that's how it was. Now it's a metropolis almost.
Yeah, that shit nice out there now.
It's nice. White girls want you like, and back then in '91. Don't get me wrong, I got jungle fever.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
back then it wasn't so popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
When the movie Jungle Fever came out?
Back in the early '90s.
like '95.
95,
Was it
right?
'95?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was early '90s. Yeah.
And my ex-wife was, you know, it's a trip. My ex-wife, who's Greek, Cypriot. When I brought her home, and my aunt from Alabama seen her, they were like, "What the fuck is on your mind?"
Yo,
I
hold
was like,
on.
"What?"
What was the
Yeah.
hardest place? My fault.
No.
I got ADHD. Where
Yeah.
was the hardest place to play? I know like France was probably the best place to go, but
Turkey.
Turkey was hard.
I hate Turkey. I don't want to fly over Turkey. I never want to go back to Turkey. I hate it. And I don't use hate loosely.
Hmm.
I hate it. God's honest truth. God forgive me, but I hate it.
Um,
I hated it. The first day I get to Turkey,
Hmm.
I'm replacing another guy named Cedric.
Mm.
I get there
was it
and
Cedric
whatnot. I get to my
Favalis?
house. No, Cedric. What was Cedric's last name? Cedric Lewis. His brother was Derek Lewis. They went to Maryland.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I know how that is.
So I get there to my apartment. I put my stuff down. Hour later, I get a knock on my door. Like not one of those. It was boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck? Don't nobody know I'm here. I open the door. It's the police. They're speaking Turkish. Leader said, I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, yo, what's going on?
Hmm.
They had a guy that spoke English. He goes, oh, you have to come with us. I said, yo, dude, I'm not going. I called the coach. I'm like, yo, man, there's some police here. He lived up the street from me. They come. Someone had killed somebody and put him behind my house, and they thought I killed him. I had just got there.
What?
So right off the rip, I'm like, I want to go home. I wanted to go home. I had never, I, I had never fucked up a practice or a trial in my life, except when I went to Turkey. After
mm.
that happened, I ran slow. I felt like I was like out of shit. I said, coach, after the first
Damn.
practice, I said, yo, man, if you want to send me home, I get it. I wanted him to send me the fuck home. He goes, no, we give it a couple of days. I did everything for him to send me home. He goes, no, we're gonna keep you.
Mm.
I hate it. So we're in. There was a supermarket down the street that I used to go to, you know, and after a while, the dude knew what I wanted
Hmm.
because I didn't have a car and everything, and it was a small town. I would go there. He would make my food, the meat and stuff that I wanted, and I would just give him the money. I didn't care how much it was. Here you go. It was the same price every time. So I go there one day after practice. Every day I would go every 3 days after practice.
Hmm.
I go there. This dude runs out the store and bumps me, like knocks me down. And the dude at the store, I put my money down. All I did was put my money down, grab my bag, and walk to my house. And he goes, Cedric, rob me, rob me, rob me. Cedric, rob me, rob me. I'm like, all right. And I walk out the store. I don't know what the hell he's saying, rob me. I don't speak Turkish.
Yeah.
Police knock on my door. Again, once I get to the house, put my meat and stuff away, start cooking. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, who is this? Open the door. I'm like, oh Lord, what is now? What happened? Now I'm already panicking because dude, translator comes. He goes, oh, we need you to come with me. I'm like, yo, where am I going first? I said, oh, listen. He goes, your passport. I learned from Venezuela. Here's a copy of my passport. You're not getting my passport.
Oh yeah.
He goes, come with me, come with me. He goes, don't worry, it's no problem. I said, no, I'm not going with you. I called the coach. And the guy talked to the coach on the phone, talking to him in Turkish, and the coach says, just go with him. So he takes me down to the store, and the guy goes in Turkish, so whatever he said, he goes, you know this guy? And the translator says, I said, yeah. I said, he bumped me coming in. I was coming in the store, he was coming out. I said, he bumped me. I said, no big deal. I said, he didn't hurt me. He goes, are you sure it's him? I'm like, yeah, he bumped me coming out of the store. The guy goes, say it again. I said, when he was coming, I was coming in the door. I opened the door. He bumped me. I said, honest mistake. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
The guy goes, no, he robbed him.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay.
Change the shit.
I didn't know. They took this dude's right hand and put it on the counter and fucking chopped it off.
Damn.
Right there.
Wow. Yo,
Mama, I want to go home.
sad. Yo, yeah, this is crazy. And we're gonna have to probably close out soon, but I want to ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah.
When you talk about Venezuela, I had the same barber as Anthony Mason, my man Freddie.
That's my man. God rest his soul. Aunt Mason was my boy.
That's my man too. So
that was my boy.
I used to see Anthony Mason hop out that little ass Porsche in front of the barbershop. But he was always a playboy, man. He was just always telling me cool shit about South America.
Yo.
So he talk about, like, I always used to wonder why he never went to Europe. And, I guess he was trying to come closer, but he took advantage of his time there to learn the language, to do, like, and he was a big dude, fast with the ball and all that. And like I said, we had the same barber, so I always used to talk to him, me being lucky. You know what I mean?
Yo, Aunt Mason, God rest his soul. Aunt Mason was one of the dudes, realistically speaking, one of the dudes, and no homo, one of the dudes I love, because Aunt Mason was real.
Yeah, he's a real dude. He just had a little ass car for a big ass dude like that.
Big muscular point guard.
Yeah, he's a big dude, but he had like the little 911. I'm like, bro, you can't.
Hands like a fucking midget.
Yeah, word.
He could hoop though.
Yeah, he could hoop.
He could hoop. He was bully. He was a bully. He was a basketball bully.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you talk about Venezuela and like what was the difference? Was it just the money that will bring you?
Man. Venezuela was like the NBA of South America. They had an NBA schedule. Now, realistically, this is how I went to Venezuela. I was coming from Japan, and my agent was like, "Yo, I guess who I replaced? Michael Grant, Georgetown national champion."
Yeah, I know Mike Grant.
They were like, "I'm on the plane coming from Japan. I get off the plane. My agent met me at the airport. He goes, yo, listen, they need somebody to come to Venezuela." I was like, all right, I'm going to go home, drop this off. I'll go, no problem. The owner of the team in Venezuela, Caracas, he called me at my mom's house. I wasn't at my mom's house an hour. He goes, yeah, we need a new player, and this and that. I said, all right. I said, I want $5,000 cash once I get down.
That's it?
No. That's to get there.
Oh, okay. I'm a fault. Big money shit.
He goes, okay. I get to Venezuela. I'm there 2 days. Nobody shows up. They put me in a hotel, all food and all. So I'm like, call my agent, yo, I haven't seen anybody in 2 days. He goes, don't worry about it. I said, I meet the old dude. I meet the owner of the club. This dude looks like a farmer, like fat, farmer jeans, bum. I'm like, is this the owner? What kind of club am I playing for? He goes, I said to him, yo, he was an American. I said, yo, listen, My agent talked to you. He goes, Cedric, I got 2,500 on my pocket right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the rest in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did I want $5,000, I wanted 2 round-trip tickets because they'll get you, places get you, at the time, places get you there with a one-way ticket and you can't get home. I always had money on me to get back. I always had $3,000 in my pocket so I can get home.
Wow.
So I get there, he gives me the round-trip ticket, open-ended, 2,500. I'm like, we said 5. He goes, I promise you. He goes, listen, this dude said, he goes, listen, how far do you think I can take our team, this team? I had never met any of the players. I said, well, I came here to win.
Mm-hmm.
I came here to win the championship. That's my goal. That's what I came here to do. He goes, all right, if that's what you came to do, 2 days later, he gave me the rest of the money.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game that night. I shitted on dudes. And I was with Jerry Stackhouse's brother, Tony Dawson, who was one of the I forgot about Tony Dawson, one of the best players, besides my 2 brothers, one of the best players who didn't make the NBA. Tony Dawson was the best scorer I'd ever played with.
That's Stackhouse, brother.
Anyway, yeah, his older brother.
Oh
Tony
wow.
Dawson, look him up. Played for Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
So he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner came to me, he goes, how do you think we'll do now? I play better with national players than by myself because now I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm about to ball out.
Yeah.
I'm shitting on people. I'm with Antoine Jobert, who played 2 guard for Michigan with Gary Grant. And no, I was wrong when I said Roy Topping went to Iowa. Roy Topping went to Michigan. Gary Grant, Roy Topley, and Antoine Jobert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing with him, dude named Ronnie Tompkins. Ronnie Tompkins leading the league in block shots. He's averaging 10 block shots a game,
Damn.
15 rebounds, and 20
Hold
points.
on. Wait. In the Venezuela league.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying, dude, how do you get all these fucking block shots? He says, Cedric, when the ball hits the rim, you can knock it off the rim.
Oh shit! Then I can get a
What?
block shot.
Now, this was in Europe too, but in Japan, I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
He said, so the first time I block a shot, dude shoots a 3-pointer. I blocked the 3-pointer on its way down. The crowd goes nuts like I dunked it. He said, that's all you got to do. They like when you block shots. Shit, I'm in there like swimwear.
Anybody could do that shit then.
No,
it's hard.
it's a key
It's
to it.
hard.
So
Yeah.
I'm now like, oh, this is off the chain. So I said to the owner after the first game, he goes, if we make the playoffs, how much you want? Now my contract was for $50,000. Just the regular contract
Mm-hmm.
for 4 months.
Oh shit.
I said, if we make the playoffs, I want 5,000 a series. He said, listen, I'm gonna give you what you want. He said, I'm not gonna have you sign a contract. He said, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna shake your hand up. If you're a man of your word, you look me in my eye and shake my hand. I looked that dude in his eye, shook his hand. I said, if you're a man of your word, I'm gonna get everything I need. I go to the office. Now, this lady says, this is yours. She pulls out this drawer full of bolivars. Now, 20,000 bolivars only like $5,000.
Yeah.
She goes, this is your drawer. The drawer is full of bolivars.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up to being like $10,000. She goes, that's just for your food.
Oh wow.
She said, how do you want to be paid? I said, I want to be paid in dollars.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, anytime you come here, if I'm not here, just open the drawer and take a stack. What?
Damn.
Take a stack?
So to me, like
feel me?
besides like NBA money, like that's the real life. Cause like you
It
could
was,
just
man,
cause you could
I could
just
play
be
a
out there
game,
doing shit like that and just busting ass.
busting ass, and the baddest bitches in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to tell you one, I wasn't a drug addict. I drank a little bit.
Mhm.
I was a whore.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that on the radio?
Oh,
I love women.
Yeah,
I
nah.
love, oh my God. Oh my. And they were the baddest
I could
I had ever seen at
imagine.
22. I'm
Yeah, you a
looking
young
like,
man.
oh my God. You know what? I was like a kid in the candy store. And they were on me like the cops because now we winning. We went from 4th to number 2, tied with number 1, and I'm the only American on my team, and every other team got 2 Americans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Basketball IQ. This is where the basketball IQ came in. I knew that I had one of the best shooters in the league. I told him, listen, you line up on my side because I can out whoever the other American is. At the time, my confidence level was like, fuck him. He doesn't matter. I don't care who it is. So they're gonna put the other American on you. Now, when I start busting his ass, I said, don't even worry about scoring. You just pass me the ball. I'm a score. Once they start doubling down, wherever they double down from, you go to that spot. This dude was a 3-point threat. He got MVP off me. So wherever they were doubling down from, I would tell them, like, dude, go to that spot. They doubled down from him. Boom, 3-point. Boom, 3-point. They start doubling down from another spot. Go to that. He was like, how do you know this? I was like, it's basketball, 101, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We're trying to win. We win the championship in Venezuela. We go to the playoffs, 5,000. We go through 3 rounds, 5,000 for this round, 5,000 for the second round. We're in the championship round. New contract come up. I said, he goes to me, okay, we're in the championship. How much you want for the championship if we win it? I said, I want 5,000 a game. He said, what? I said, 5,000 a game. We're in the championship. You've never been in the championship. We're in the championship. I want 5,000 a game. 7 games. He goes, each game? I said, no. Each game we win, I want 5,000. I want 2,000 for each game we lose. We win, I want 10 grand straight up. He said, if we win the championship, I'll give you 20,000 cash. Champion.
So you balled out.
Yo.
He balled out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it's like kind of doper being there than even in the NBA, because if you the ninth dude on the bench, because if you the last dude on the look, to me it's like this, right? If you don't even get no burn in the NBA, regardless of how much money you making, what are you doing with that cash besides getting an ill apartment and maybe like just getting sunned by like a Jordan or something? But then when you go to like a Venezuela or wherever, you're the king of the world.
So what happened?
We won the championship.
You won the championship.
I came back to the United States. This is when tights first started coming in, like the spandex tights. I had 60 G's in my tights, cash. Just straight.
Oh my God.
Hundreds.
Ain't that little dude? That's mad funny.
You know what I mean? So the crazy part about it was the mentality. And people ask me, like, and there's dudes from my city that go to college and stuff like that.
Right.
This lady asked me, what was the difference between you and all these other dudes? I had nothing to come back to. I had nothing to come back to. If I came, my brother was one of the leading in our city. My brother was a big time drug dealer. My boys had kids, 2 or 3 kids by the time we graduated high school. So either I was going to be a dad and work a menial job, or I was going to be a drug dealer. And drug dealing, the money was good. You know, I didn't get high on my own supply. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, but I couldn't be a drug dealer because I'm a softie. You know what I mean? I ain't going after nobody for no money. Like, yo, you owe me. I'm not that dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like, all right, you know, and my brother was like, my older brother went to jail the whole 9. My brother was like, dude, you are not a drug dealer.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you could tell you're not no drug dealer.
You know what I mean? He said, you're too nice to be a drug dealer. You care about people too much to be a drug dealer. He said, you're into music. Because believe you me, if a person asks me, what can you not live without? What's the one thing you can't live without? Music. I cannot live without music. I have to listen to some sort of music every day. If I can't, I might as well kill myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so my brother said, you're that type of dude. You can't do that. But dude, I'm going to tell you, I was a whore. And I mean a whore. And I thought the women in Venezuela at 21, 22, matter of fact, I had my birthday in Venezuela. And we won the championship the next week. I thought the women in Venezuela were beautiful, and I'm 22 years old.
Mm.
Like I'm fuck Michael Jordan. I'm the man.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
I go to Brazil.
It's just different. The
If you've never been to Brazil,
Speaking my language.
yo, and you want to go to Brazil, don't bring sand to the beach, and don't go to the beach if you're not gonna play in this. You feel me? And I had this translator who came to the States. Yo, I'm looking at this, what I think is a dime. We're on the beach,
He told you wait.
G-string, the whole nine,
He told you wait.
on the beach. Dark skin, she moved, you can see the tan line type thing, breast up, like,
Said you talking too heavy.
am I talking to him?
Nah, go ahead. Fuck it.
Oh.
So we talking.
But wait, there's
I thought it
more.
was open. I thought it was open venue.
Nah, it's open venue. It's
I'm
open
looking-
venue. Fuck it, man. Play myself. Sure.
I'm looking at this. This what I think is a lady. Like, oh my god, I'm in love. Thick, like African Unk Gunny, thick, but
Nigga,
beautiful.
I'm in love.
Type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard you.
Translator goes, that's a dude. What?
Damn, I'm not in love.
Stupid American. Americans. I'm looking. I'm bent over, looking like, where's it at? Like, where's thong? I'm talking about G-string up and He goes,
cut it off.
we're gonna walk down the street. You tell me which ones are men and which one are women. Dude, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you're not gonna know.
I'm like, yo, this is freaky.
That should have fucked me up. I would have left.
I was like, dude, people who are female, yo, and in the nicest females. Told you I'm a whore. Better yet, I'm a whore. They call me nasty. This girl called me nasty, Nashty. So we go in the hood of Brazil, which they call American, like 12-year-olds with guns, machine guns.
Yeah, that's crazy out there. My boy Hendrick from out there.
Yo, he tell you about it?
Yeah, this motherfucker's. Yeah, he be telling me shit. Used to tell me shit all the time. He in England now, but yeah, he used to tell me crazy shit about.
Let's not talk about England either.
Yeah, I mean, damn, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like that, like to me, your Euro trip / career outshined the league. To me,
it's this dude said to me, this referee, he's like a mentor to me as an official. I'm a high school referee. This dude is like one of the best I've ever seen, college or anything.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, whenever he rests with me, he loves it. Every game that I had, he would try to get the game with me. And he would say, Cedric, tell me another story. I said, how do you know I'm not lying? He goes, dude, he goes, I've been around you at functions and stuff like that. Women flock to you because 1, you're tall, 2, you're a handsome guy, 2, you just got that fucking, he goes, you got that in fact.
You could dance.
So
too,
I know
like
you're not lying.
So yeah.
So he goes, tell me a story about one of the, and I hope it's, and I'm gonna tell you guys this one true story. Whoever's listening, you can listen.
Now we listening, but then after you tell us the story, we're gonna ask you to just give us.
I'm with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is a woman's story.
All right.
Dudes that say they don't like big women, I'm gonna tell you, the greatest I've ever had was this chick in Venezuela. She was about 340.
340? That's heavy.
She was about 340. She sat on me, and I was like, yo.
That's heavy.
Every time I went to that city, I called her. 5 years later, I went back and tried to get in touch with her. She came through. Damn. But as far as basketball, man, it's a mentality.
340?
It's a mentality.
Hold on, Ced. I can't let that go. She was 340?
She had to be 340.
How tall?
The man said she was 340.
340?
How tall
she
was she?
She was a good 6'2". She was Unc Mungani. She was one of them that, post the nigga up, and I was like, I did it because my man, God rest his soul, Ruben Rada, was like, yo,
you gotta have it.
This girl ain't gonna go unless her girl goes. I was like, all right, I'll do that for you. Where's her girl at? This chick came up, and I was like, God.
That'd be some of the best joint though. Like, you gotta ask yourself this question, right? Is the girl that you love the most the girl you got the best from?
No.
See?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
That's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic. But said you got the open invitation. We're gonna come on early and do this. But real quick, before we have to head out of here, because my producer charged me about an hour. He say, well, I don't know.
Let's get it in.
Nah. All right, so look, I want to ask you one piece of basketball advice, or just one piece of
Yep.
life advice, and then while I'm doing mine, Mo could think about his that he want to ask you, and then you could do the same for us if
Yep.
you want to. But my thing is, what do you think in basketball or in life that you should always work on? Mostly in
A lot of people
basketball.
in basketball, the basics. Same in life, basics. Keep it simple. If you keep it simple, everything will come.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the studio.
Right.
Yeah, everything is. If
We
Michael,
discussed
a
this.
lot of people think
Hmm.
Michael Jordan was the greatest, greatest ball player and everything. Bill Russell to me,
Mm-hmm.
but he kept it simple. A
Right.
lot of people like Bill Russell will block a shot, but he go get the shot.
Mm.
He wasn't going to throw it out in the stands. He'd block it and go get it. They don't count that now. They count that as a rebound. If they did that back then, he'd average 20 rebounds because he
Right.
blocked 7 shots
I
and
try
then
to
he
tell
get
these. I try to tell them.
15 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan was a great athlete that did the basic fundamentals. Larry Bird killed people, basic fundamentals. Magic Johnson, basic fundamentals. Kobe Bryant worked on the basic fundamentals. Baseball, football, anything. Tom Brady is the greatest because he does what? The fundamentals.
Right.
Keep it keep it simple.
Okay.
If
Mo
you keep it
question.
simple,
I got none. I think I asked all the questions that I can ask. The only mine is more basketball
Yeah.
wise, but it's not even advice. Um, it's if you could have a starting five, like greatest starting five with three bench players, who would it be?
point guard,
Mm,
Magic Johnson.
okay.
Two guard, Michael Jordan. Three, Kobe Bryant. Four, Dennis Rodman. Five, Shaquille O'Neal. Bench
Mm.
players, Dennis Rodman,
You already said Dennis
Larry.
Rodman.
This is Roman.
Oh no, bench players. I would take um, Oscar Robertson,
Mm.
Mm.
I like that.
Bob
Yeah.
Cousy,
Ooh.
Might be
Okay.
different.
and Kevin McHale.
Kevin
Kevin McHale because of
McHale.
that step. Because of that step.
Really?
Yeah, because of that step. Yeah.
Kevin
Okay.
McHale was one of the best power forwards.
Because of that step. Yeah. But you know what I think y'all sleeping on? Pistol Pete was nasty, man. I think Pistol Pete could give Magic Johnson a run for the money because he just
You
had
know,
more
Pistol
confidence.
Pete. You're right. Pistol Pete can give
Yeah,
anybody a run for their
yeah.
money.
Pistol Pete had that. Yeah, Pistol Pete was different. But I would
You know
say,
what?
yeah,
No word of a lie. And I look at a lot. I try to find a lot of interviews on Pistol Pete. Basic fundamentals.
yeah.
He
His
dominated.
dad. Let me tell you a story about his dad. His dad. Shit, might have been your school. He he would make him play against the players. Oh man, I don't know if it was. I don't know if it. Who's the Wolves? Is that North Carolina State, right? That's not your
No,
school.
NC State.
Yeah, NC State. I think I don't know if it was that school or another school, but yeah, his dad used to make him play against those players because his dad was a coach. But he would
Yep.
tell him like, "Yo, don't ever block his shot." Tell the college players that, and it's like, if anybody could beat my son in free throw shooting, yeah, you don't got to practice tomorrow. And Pistol Pete sit there hit 173 free throws in a row. And that's why he was so crazy on on New Orleans. But his dad got him so confident up, like he would do. Pete was doing stuff, man. I think honestly, I think I would give it to Magic because I seen Magic. But what I
Mhm.
see on Pistol Pete, he's probably the greatest point guard to ever live.
Miles, you're starting
Pistol
five.
Pete was doing street
You're
ball
starting five.
things back then.
Yeah, Pistol Pete was just doing street ball things back then. So my starting five would be uh, point guard, Pistol Pete. Two guard is gonna be Jo- I don't know if I would think Jordan or Kobe. I would take Jordan, and then three, just like I said, I would take Kobe. But I'm taking Garnett as the four, and I'm taking Akeem as the five with Shaq coming off the bench. And then I'll take Shaq coming off the bench, and then for two more bench players, hmm, I'm taking KG. and then I'm taking.
Yeah, KG in your starter.
No, I said KD. KD is
Oh.
because I think KD is a dog, and I'm putting
KD's the
LeBron
best
on there.
scorer in the league now.
Yes, KD's the best scorer in the league, but I'm putting Braun in there because LeBron, another person that galvanizes the team. Like,
Damn, I forgot about Braun.
yeah, see, I'm putting Braun in there. But there are also great scorers, like, when you talk about Oscar Robertson, you talk about those dudes like that.
Adrian Dantley.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man, because like, my favorite center, of course, is I'm in New York, man, so I like Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean? But I know what Kevin Micheal did to high school basketball and college. Like, I know, like, that Kevin Micheal step was paramount in winning many championships across the country.
So,
Go ahead, yours, Mo.
all right. So,
Then that's to close us out. Then let us go,
all right. So,
because your baby want to go home.
my hey.
Mo's wife's
Yeah,
here.
no,
So
you can
you
give
can
it Bell.
So my point guard, I gotta go Steph. Gotta go Steph. As much as I actually hate it, I gotta go Steph. Seriously. He's a 3-point threat. My 2 is gonna be Kobe. 3, LeBron. My 4, definitely Rodman.
Mm-hmm.
And my 5 is Tim Duncan.
Nice.
Tim Duncan
Nice.
nice, but he not fucking with the dream. I don't know if y'all remember the dream.
No, hold up.
I remember what?
But you know what you built? You built a team.
Yeah.
There you go. I
You
like
built
that.
a
That's
team
what I
that
was thinking.
plays together.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
Tim
that's the
Duncan,
hard
he don't need to score
Yeah.
until he nests.
So my bench players, my bench players is gotta go Reggie Miller.
Oh shit!
Gotta go Reggie Miller. Backup point guard is Penny Hardaway.
Penny hurt Holloway?
Yeah, in his prime,
Wow.
in his prime, bro. You can't.
He's
listen,
still hurt.
Listen,
Yeah.
you can't sleep on Penny when in his prime,
Yeah.
bro. You can't
He
sleep
Penny
on
in his
nice.
prime
You
was
can't sleep
the shit.
on him.
He's like Tracy McGrady in his prime.
Yeah, but none of them is better than Iverson if you're gonna put it like that.
You're right.
That's fine. But you know what? Iverson had to score. You're like what I'm doing is
Or you like if they never get hurt when it counts.
Shut up. Anyways, bro.
CP3 ain't on that team, is he?
No. Actually, it's Karl Malone.
Nah.
Karl Malone.
Yeah.
My last one.
Nice.
Karl Malone. Karl Malone is what, number 2 in scoring in
Number 2.
NBA history right now, right?
Yep. Behind
Yeah.
Kareem.
Kareem, yeah.
Nobody put Jabbar on their team.
Nope.
Yo, you know what's crazy? But Kareem, our center was bad, man. He's a bad man. Lou was
Never
a bad
lost.
man.
He won in
Yeah,
high school, college, and in NBA.
Jeez.
yeah, he's a bad man.
He is.
All right, Seth, I got one last question before we let you
Yep.
go. Who is the best high school player that never made it to the NBA and college player that never made it to the NBA in your opinion?
Eric Montrose.
Montrose made it to the NBA, no?
No, he did make it to the
Nope.
NBA.
Yeah, he
He
did.
got
He made it to Boston.
not Eric Montrose. Eric Manuel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I know Eric Montrose made it to
yeah,
Boston.
man, I know that too.
His bum ass, Eric Montrose.
Yeah, he made
He
it with
sucked.
Dino Raja. He made it with remember Dino
Yeah.
Raja? They had the team. They had Eric Montrose, Dino Raja, and Antoine Walker before he went broke.
So who did
Yep,
he
and
play
Dana
for?
Barros.
And was Dana Barros on the team at that point?
Yep.
I think
Boston,
he
yeah,
was.
he's
Yep.
in Boston.
But that was at the end of his career because I know he started in Philly or in Seattle.
Yeah.
It was
He
Philly.
started in Seattle, then Philly.
Okay.
But hold on.
He's a player development for the Celtics now.
Oh, now?
But Dana, you couldn't sleep on Dana Barros back in the day.
No.
And
Yeah.
and a lot
But
of
Eric-
people forget how good Rod Strickland was too.
That's my man. That was my
that
man.
I
That's my
forgot
man.
about Rod Strickland.
Rod
You know how many people say that Rod Strickland was the hottest? Michael Jordan would tell you Rod Strickland was one of the toughest people to guard.
Yo, he was tough. He
because
was
he
tough.
played street ball.
Yeah,
Yup.
Rod Strickland was nice.
He was a strict New York.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
Rod
a
Strickland
New
was
York
nice.
nigga.
Yo, Rod Strickland was tough. Chris Jackson before he became Mahmoud Abdul Rauf was tough.
Yeah.
Dale Ellis was a tough dude to play
Don't
against.
talk about that. Was one of my favorite players, man. I got a
Yo,
picture.
What
I
about
drew
Chris
of Dale
Childs?
Ellis.
Chris Childs was, come on, bro.
Chris Childs was a biatch.
He's drunk.
Chris Childs was trash. Well, no, I can't say he was trash.
Derek
He was-
Harper. What
he
about
was
Derek
decent.
Harper?
Yeah, I can't say he was trash.
I think Derek Harper was my favorite solid point guard.
No, God, no. He unchecked. Can't deal with him.
Yeah, nah.
Anyways,
Derek Harper was
I
solid.
played with Derek Harper. He was a piece of shit. He was, because, and I'm gonna have to end on this, because Derek Harper was like, he thought he was Michael Jordan. He thought he was as good as Michael Jordan.
That big
Dude,
ass
you got a
nose.
bum knee and you can't fucking talk, and you're getting a dunk contest and bullshit. Come on, man. You shut up.
He started out in Dallas, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Derek Harper. No, hold on.
You're talking about somebody else, because Derek Harper
Yeah, I
couldn't
sure
do no
am.
job. You talking about John Starks, maybe?
No, John Stocks was the truth.
Yeah, John Starks is my favorite player ever.
Derek Harper, I was mistaken. Derek Harper was a fucking he was a dog.
Yeah, Derek Harper was a dog.
Yeah.
And
I was
he,
talking about Ron Harper.
yeah, Ron Harper. Oh,
Yeah, his
Yeah,
bum
he
ass.
pay for LA too. He played for the Clippers, right?
Yeah, he was
He
down
started
there
out.
with me. Like,
He played with him.
yo, you can ball out when you ain't got a squad.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kevin Love. You hear anything about
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Nope.
You're right.
Yup.
Damn. All right, Seth, I got one more question, then I gotta end it.
Yep.
Then Mo can end it. Yo,
Yep.
who in your area do we gotta look out for that's really doing their thing in basketball wise? Could be a high school player that
BC, the Langs. Their last name is what the hell? Langford. They go to BC. Two brothers, Langfords.
Okay.
Demar Langford Jr. and I forgot the other one. BC. Their pops was a good high school baller, and their moms was a good high school baller and a good college baller, Division III. But like, it's in their pedigree.
All
These
right.
motherfuckers can ball out.
Whoa. All right, bet. So, but Seth, listen, man, you got an open invite. Mo's gonna close us out, but man, we gotta get you on again, man, because we could have talked for hours, but
That-
Mo's wife keep giving
We
us
can
a
talk about
signal.
anything. Trust me, when I tell you we can talk about anything, we can talk about drugs, alcohol.
I know
the
it,
whole
bro.
nine,
That's all.
chicks,
That's
the
all I
whole
was trying to tell Miles. Like, yo, I said, come on the show. Me and you was
Yeah, I mean-
kicking. We was roommates. But
nine. I mean,
all right. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Love you.
I
I appreciate
appreciate it.
you.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what?
Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it. Appreciate having
I'm
you on
glad
the
I
show.
got on. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It was a struggle trying to get on, but I was gonna get on no matter what. If I had to damn drive.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was telling Brady. He said, why you keep hanging up? I said, yo, that's how he is. He determined. If it's just not working, he gonna keep doing it again. I feel that. That's the dog.
My brothers, I love you. I
Love you
appreciate
more.
it so
Love you
much.
more.
Definitely. All right, brother.
sure.
I'm
Thank
gonna definitely Myles, send me how to push this out. I'll push it out. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'll send that to you tomorrow morning. I got to just
Yep.
do the copy. All right?
Yeah, all right then.
Love.
I'll
Thank you.
push. I'll push the Play Myself show out to all the people I know, my peoples and whatnot.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
man.
You know it.
All right,
All right,
word.
brother.
All right,
One.
Mo,
One.
play us out. All right, thanks, Ed. Out. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be here Wednesday night, 8:00 every Wednesday. Next week, what do we got on playing?
Well,
Is it me and
next
you?
week just us, but I'm really trying to push Vlogmas.
Vlogmas.
So, and then we'll talk about that on another show probably, but maybe next show. But like in every single day of December, I hope to vlog.
All right. Well, hey, guys, thanks for sticking with us. Appreciate it. The people
If
that are
you
still there.
didn't, yeah.
And this is the Play Myself show.
No
And
problem, y'all.
we out. Hey.
Hey, look at my
Pew.
ashy
Pew.
elbows.
Pew.
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 Yo, that shit was dope though. So like, yo,